Well, the San Antonio Spurs fell at home to the Memphis Grizzlies last night, 129-115. Another bad second half. They had a 12-point lead at the break. Got outscored 78-52 in the second half. They're 19-20 now. They'll play the Grizz again tomorrow night. Tip-off at 8:30. Cowboys set up multiple interviews for this weekend, starting with Eagles offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. That will take place on Friday. Robert Saleh on Saturday. Leslie Frazier on Monday.
SportsCenter brought to you by Synergenics, testosterone and weight loss. Synergenicshealth.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Come spend your Thursday afternoon with us downtown at a place called the King of Paddle.
Or Padel. We've gotten quite the education today, I'm going to tell you that, and it's been fantastic. It has been fantastic. So we played a little pickleball, played a little paddleball, and there is a huge difference between the two.
Two very different sports.
Yes.
I had no idea what paddleball was, and basically take racquetball and tennis and combine them. But apparently, this is a world sport that's coming to the United States. It will be an Olympic sport, we're told. And over in England, they call it padel.
Padel, King of Padel.
So we were talking to Nina, who works here, who taught us how to play pickleball. I was like, well, how do you say it? And she's like, well, if you want to be right, padel. If you just want to be, an
American goofball,
go King of Paddle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, but it's a really cool place, and man, what they've done to this place is incredible. It's a big just a warehouse that they have turned into a paddleball and pickleball extravaganza, for lack of a better word. We're sitting in their sports bar.
Yes.
That they're doing dartboards over here. They got a bar over here, TVs. So it's a really cool place. You owe it to yourself to come on down and check this place out.
I fancy myself as wanting to be a pickleball player. And and if we're going to go King of Padel, I can say fancy myself. Because pickleball is fun, and you don't have to do a lot of running, and it's a sport where you can drink beer. And although I did make you run today, Reinagle, I made you run a lot more than you wanted to. In fact, if you go to the San Antonio Sports Star Instagram page, there is some rather comedic video of us trying to play pickleball, and I say trying loosely, or playing pickleball loosely. We're jacking around on a court, and Reinagle is showing off his white belt. And for those of you that want to see Reinagle in his white belt, there's one guy, Rudy, I'm talking to you. You've got a white belt Reinagle fetish. Come down 314 Nolan Street, or maybe everybody but that guy named Rudy who runs a water company over there, Artesia Springs. That guy can't come. The rest of you come down and hang out with us.
Yeah, anytime I do anything athletic, Minix, you got to put on the white belt. I mean, it's like, Superman and his cape, Batman and his mask.
Define athletic.
Athletic. Well, paddleball. You gotta be athletic.
Tell me what you were doing today that you would classify as athletic.
I was playing paddleball and pickleball.
All I kept hearing is, "This is why I don't do cardio.
Dude,
I'm too out of shape for this bleep." I
am. I need to get in better shape. I don't do cardio. Like to lift weights, but cardio's a little overrated in my mind.
It was in paddleball. I think paddleball, although we were playing by ourselves, it's generally, if you're doing it the right way, it's always pairs or doubles, and I could see that being a little less running. But it looks fun, but that looks like that could be hard. That could be because you can play off the glass. That just seems like it might be a little too intense for what I want to do at 50 whatever, right? Although I say that, couple of dudes right now that would look at both of us and say, "You youngsters," they're playing it right now. So,
right?
That one guy looks 90. But he's probably played tennis his entire life.
Well, yeah, and it really is. Paddleball in particular. We were talking about that yesterday. We didn't know the difference between the two. And so we asked the owner as soon as we got here, what's the difference? And he said, it's very different. It's tennis, paddleball is, with a glass in the back. So it's tennis, racquetball combined. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And the pickleball was fun too. So first time for both, and I'm glad I did it.
Yep. And again, it's one of those, like this place has so many courts. There are 8 pickleball courts and looks like 5 or 6 paddleball courts.
Yes.
And that's one of the things, one of the difficult parts, especially for pickleball. I'm not up on paddleball at all, but pickleball, it's hard to find courts. And this is such a destination, and the way they have done it here with the bar area, they do have food. I mentioned they have a bar. They've got the place. Did you notice in the shop it was all ladies' clothing? Because, there's outfits that you could have. The bathrooms have showers. So, and that's what happens. A lot of people will come off work, and it's indoors, so weather is never a factor. And essentially that's what they've done. They took an old warehouse, smoothed out the floor, and they put this in there. It's a genius idea.
It really is, and it's fantastic. And they've only been open for about 4 months, the owner told us.
Yep.
And already they're catching the attention. A lot of folks that work downtown will stop in here on their way home, play a little paddleball or pickleball, and then they're doing birthday parties and corporate outings and all of that stuff. And it's a really cool place. And what I love, they've got TVs all over the place. So if you're playing pickleball and you want to watch a game, you can do that. Paddleball the same way. So they've even got some exercise equipment over there, Minix. You can ride the bike. Treadmill. Is there a treadmill over there? Yeah, I think there is.
I think those are called ellipticals.
Well, whatever they're called, they're over there.
To me, it's why I don't have one in my house anymore. At the house that used to house laundry, whether it was clean laundry needed to be put away or these jeans, they're not dirty. I'll wear them again, in a couple of days, and they just hang out for a while. That's when we moved, that didn't make the move. Our old elliptical machine, which is weird, 5 years ago today, is when we moved into our new house, which was an awful day because it was also 5 years ago today that my dad passed. That was a hell of a that was a hell of a day.
Yeah.
Getting that call in with the movers there and everything going on. But I didn't, it's just kind of one of those things. But yes, I hadn't thought about an elliptical in 5 years. Haven't seen one or laid clothes on one. Well,
like I said, I don't do cardio. Don't do it. So elliptical, whatever, bike, treadmill, I don't care what you are. I don't get on them. I'm perfectly happy with that. I'm okay, but I could see playing a little pickleball every now and then, a little paddle ball every now and then, get the heart beating, a little sweat going on. I could do that.
And here's the other part. The way we were playing pickleball today wasn't by any stretch of the rules for that matter. It's kind of like you and golf in the foot wedge. But if you're playing doubles.
Nobody saw that.
You were in the kitchen where you weren't supposed to be. Those are part of the rules.
I don't get
those
that.
are part of the rules.
Yeah, you're just upset because I put that ball right back in your grill.
Well, you did, but it was illegal. That was not a legal maneuver.
Doesn't matter. Illegal.
That was a foul.
Illegal doesn't matter. It was in your face.
The only way you scored on me was with an illegal shot. It's true.
Well, look, neither one of us could beat anybody that's playing right now.
This is true.
I'm pretty sure about that.
This is true.
I had fun.
I don't know. That guy over there with his hat backwards, I could beat that guy.
You think you take the dude with the hat backwards?
Yeah, that dude. Yeah.
As he's chowing down.
Yeah, he's eating way too much. I'd make him run.
Yeah, make him run a little bit. He'd be fine, yeah.
See, when I got tired, especially when we were playing paddleball, I just hit the ball so hard and hit it out of the cage. In the spirit of Bob Uecker, just hit a home run. I hit about 5 or 6 of those today.
Well, yeah, you did. You did. You remember Tom Hanks' Bachelor Party? It's kind of what I thought of. But that's sad news today with Bob Uecker passing away. He lived a great life. Though, was he 90-something?
90, yeah.
But what a great guy. And I saw that, and it just kind of makes you sad because what a character that guy was. Not only, I mean, as a broadcaster, who I know him, and those old Miller Lite commercials that he used to do, which were really funny.
Well, you think about it, and I saw a video clip from Al Michaels talking earlier today about doing baseball with him. Because most people don't know Bob Uecker as a Major League Baseball player.
No.
And the art of doing play-by-play for a former player is very unusual. You don't see that very often. You see a lot of former players become an analyst, but to be the play-by-play guy, you just don't see that. Pat Summerall is one of the few that went from playing to actually doing play-by-play. Most become analysts. And Uecker did it. I mean, he made that transition, in an incredible way. And most know him as a broadcaster. It's kind of like, kids that think about, John Madden, they don't realize that guy used to coach, right? They know him from a video game and from television. And, there's guys, people out there that don't know that Troy Aikman actually used to play football. I mean, it is kind of strange, but, for him to make that transition from player to play-by-play and the skill and art that it is to do play-by-play and doing it for so long, the soundtrack to so many. And you think about some of the old legendary baseball broadcasters that, Bob Uecker was a part of. And, for me, it was always Milo Hamilton growing up as an Astro fan. Everybody, Vin Scully, you're a Cardinal fan. I mean, take your pick of some of the legendary broadcasters, the Harry Careys of the world. And, I don't know that in today's world that we have a broadcaster that is like that. That it's interesting and kind of sad in some ways, but because there are so many channels and so many outlets and so many people doing it, there isn't just that one that, if that guy's doing a game, I'm going to watch regardless.
Well, the guy that comes closest for me is Kevin Harlan.
Sure.
Right? I mean, I love listening to that guy, whatever he's doing. So, I mean, there's some. Joe Buck is pretty good. He's not a speck on his daddy's behind, but he's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
I mean, but again, I mean, you look, maybe Jim Nantz is the closest to it.
Jim Nantz, yeah.
And there are some. But even when you think about, various team broadcasters, and when I say team broadcasters in those cities, that's one thing. Bill Schoening with the San Antonio Spurs, Brad Sham with the Dallas Cowboys. And
Bill Land was great. Had his own style.
But what I mean though, like Bob Uecker, the voice of summer in Milwaukee for all those years, but everybody in the country knew who that guy was. And same with Vin Scully with the Dodgers, but everybody in the country. But could you name who the Green Bay Packers play-by-play guy is?
Absolutely not.
You know what I mean? That's what I mean. You just don't get that anymore.
Yeah, you don't get that anymore. What was it? Skip Carey was another one. Harry Carey's son.
Yeah.
They used to do the Atlanta Braves games.
Yep.
And, growing up, that's what you watch. I had to suffer through Cubs games and Braves games because that's all that was on. And so it was Skip Carey was good, and then Harry Carey was fantastic. That guy was just one of a kind.
Yes, characters
yep.
for sure.
That's what Bob Uecker was. Yes.
Certainly lived an incredible life.
He did
an incredible life.
He did.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
might have to go home and watch Major League tonight.
Absolutely. Just as a tribute to Bob Uecker. He was fantastic in that movie for sure.
It is the Blitz here at the King of Paddle, downtown, 314 at Nolan Street. Come play pickleball, paddleball, or just sit in front of us, drink a beer, and mock Reinagel. It's easy to do.
I got the white belt on.
Reinagel does have the white belt. Come see the white belt. The line to see it and take photos is starting right behind grumpy-ass Greg Shelton.
I'll be right with y'all. I'll be right there.
Shelton's got to do double duty today. He's got to play security for the white belt.
He does. Yeah. Yes, he does.
Those photos could be interesting.
I'm still wondering why the good folks out at the Golf Club of Texas do not have a rack dedicated to white belts. I'm really shocked and quite surprised, but maybe at some point in time that they will. But that's really the only flaw I can think of at the Golf Club of Texas, because there aren't any. The place is fantastic. I love going out there. They've redone the place, and it's just a phenomenal golf course, really a hidden gem here in San Antonio. It's a place you need to get out to. If you haven't been out there, you really haven't been out there. You're going to think it's a country club when you first walk up, but it's not. It is a public course, and it's open to the public 24 or 7 days a week. And, the Golf Club of Texas offers some of the best course conditions in town with the friendliest staff. All the folks out there are the best. They've got a great restaurant called the 10 Cup. And as you're preparing for your weekend of football enjoyment, and I'm talking Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night, you need to think about heading out to the Golf Club of Texas. Great place to watch football. There's no question about it. With the 10 Cup, there's always food specials. There's drink specials all the time out there as well. And you can't name a drink, they'll be able to make it. Doesn't matter what it is. All kinds of beer selections as well. So head on out to the Golf Club of Texas. Make plans now to get on out there this weekend and watch some NFL playoff football. And then, of course, Monday night for the College Football Championship. You know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. And whether you're headed out there for dinner at the 10 Cup or around with your buddies or planning your next tournament out there, go check them out. Best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Rising hot.
South Texas, home of the College Football Playoff National Championship, is 94-1 San Antonio Sports Star. After 10 games that started back on December 20th, only one is left. Number 7 Notre Dame versus the highly favored number 8 seed Ohio State. The College Football Playoff National Championship, Monday at 5:30. Brought to you by Ewald Kubota, The Break Room Bar, and Smoky Mo's Barbecue on South Texas' first FM sports station, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant, 281 at Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo. On Super Sunday, you could be the crunch time hero. PorkRinds.com is bringing you a game-changing twist to your big day because it's also Pork Rind Appreciation Day. The crispy, crunchy, crave-worthy snack you love deserves its moment. PorkRinds.com is celebrating by giving you a chance to win tickets to the 2026 big game in Santa Clara. Enter at PorkRinds.com and become your own crunch time hero. This Super Sunday, make sure your snack game is on point. Celebrate Pork Rind Appreciation Day. Get in on the action at PorkRinds.com.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Joe here. This is your official invitation to join us at Roundtable Pizza in Stone Oak tomorrow afternoon from 2 to 6. Pizza specials, happy hour deals, and the perfect setup to catch all the action. Bring the crew and grab a slice. We'll see you at Roundtable Pizza, Stone Oak.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com. Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Sometimes.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live at the King of Paddle, great pickleball and paddleball club downtown, 314 Nolan Street. Easy to get to. Parking, plenty of it.
Plenty of that, yeah.
Bar.
Food.
Bar.
Yeah, it's that too.
And so, and pickle and TVs. So even if you don't want to play, you just want to hang, come on down here. You never know who's going to show up. Now, we've been told today, because we're here, they've got some really, really, really good players that are going to come in and do an exhibition as they get ready for a huge tournament that they are having this weekend. So if you've never been here, but you want to be a part of the tournament where there's cash prizes on hand, but if you're looking for tournaments, come check out this place here at the King of Paddle and get ready for their big tournament that is happening this weekend. And anytime they say we're going to bring some people in and do a showcase, you realize, okay, they're going to come in and put on a show.
Well, those people are going to be really good. They're going to show you how it is supposed to be played. I'm not going to be intimidated, though, because I'll get there.
You'll get there.
I'll get there.
You're
eventually I'll get there.
No, you won't.
Well, sure.
No, you won't.
I'll get there.
You won't.
So I'm gonna see how it's supposed to be. You get that vision in your mind. Watch some players that can play, and then you just imitate them.
See,
it's that simple.
I mean, you watching me or these guys, you could say I could do that. You watch some of these, I don't know, pros that are going to come in, and you're going to be like, it's like you at a golf course. I mean, you can say, I could never do that. Those guys, they make it look so easy. It's like Tiger and that TGF thing the other night.
Boy, I tell you what, that was pretty good.
It was awful. It was awful.
Dude, I don't know what you're watching and what you need to be entertained. It was fantastic.
I gave it, I don't know, 5-6 minutes. I was not entertained. And Joanna said, "Are we really watching this?" And I knew that was my cue to go find the Lioness and start watching that, because that wasn't going to happen. You know the old saying, pick your battles. That's not a battle I'm willing to pick.
Well, I tell you were in the minority, because I understand the ratings for that night were up significantly from the first night. And Tiger Woods has a lot to do with that. He was playing.
And Tiger Woods put a team together that sucked.
Well, what are you going to do? I mean, he's trying to help everybody out. He probably had to do that because he's Tiger Woods.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wouldn't you make him have a couple of sucky guys with him?
No, I mean, if you're Tiger, I want you to put a team together to win. I saw on Twitter, I'm going to steal somebody's line. I wish I could remember who it was, but Tiger picking his golf team is like Michael Jordan GMing a basketball team. And I thought, man, that is a great line, because what I watched was not good. Cowboys getting a lot of work done as they continue to search for their new head coach to replace Mike McCarthy. No surprise. As predictable as can be, they did put in a request to interview little Kellen Moore. Now, I wonder, I guess the interview is scheduled for Friday, tomorrow.
Yes.
So I guess the Eagles let them.
Well, it's going to be a Zoom call. There's no way he's going to travel there.
But could you imagine if the Eagles would have denied Jerry's request? Now, I don't know if they legally can, because it's from coordinator to head coach. So I don't know if they technically can, as opposed to like when McCarthy was denied the opportunity to interview for the Bears head coaching job. But wouldn't it have been funny if Philly would have said no?
That would have been hilarious. I would have loved it. It would have been great.
Yes.
If they would have done that. It would have served Jerry right. But look, Kellen Moore is chomping at the bit to have an opportunity to come back as a head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you, I just think that'd be a big mistake. Big mistake.
Well, I mean, from a yes man, another puppet, Jason Garrett 2.0, submissive, whatever Jerry is looking for, Kellen Moore makes sense. But you think about the offenses he has had since he's been a coordinator, they've all been pretty damn good. But the head coach, I don't know. And of course, if you got little Kellen Moore, then your associate head coach is Jason Witten. And it just seems like all the dominoes would fall. Does Kellen Moore excite me? No. Do I think he could do a good job with the offense? Yes. But it just feels like he would just be another yes man for Jerry Jones. And I think right now, because we've all been teased with the little Deion Sanders, everybody is going to be a letdown as far as, are you excited about the head coaching hire if it's not Deion Sanders?
Well, we'll talk about Deion in just a second, but sticking with Kellen Moore, and I mean this, and this is probably the unfairest thing I'll say about Kellen Moore. Again, as a football, if you're Micah Parsons, for example, or any other Cowboy player, and Kellen Moore's trying to tell you something or chew you out, are you going to take that seriously? No, is the answer you're looking for. It looks like a 10-year-old. Hey, Dad, don't do that again. And you're going to go, son. Yeah, okay.
To your point, what do you want, Ryan Eagle? I mean, you say something like that, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. Yesterday, it was quit going with these old retreads. What about these young guys that are up and comers? Well, young guys up. I mean, if they're all young, they all look like they're 10 in your mind, right? So you can't have your cake and eat it too in this case. If it wasn't Kellen Moore and his history with the Cowboys, would you feel the same way about Kellen Moore, and would Micah Parsons respect him?
I may not feel the same way, but that's exactly a part of the point that I'm making. The fact is, it didn't work in Dallas the first time around. What in the world, unless he's not going to call plays, which I can't imagine that he wouldn't. So, it didn't work the first time. I'd much rather go out. Look, I'd rather have a Robert Saleh, if you want to do that. Leslie Frazier, of all names, that nobody's talked about, who's the DC with Seattle right now. He has head coaching experience. He's going to be interviewed as well. But I don't know. Kellen Moore just, to me, he's last on the list as far as I'm concerned. I don't even think he's done a great job with that Philly offense. With all the weapons they have, I'm not impressed with Philly's offense. They really haven't done much other than Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, 2,000-yard rusher.
Okay, well, Saquon Barkley Jalen, hand the ball off to that guy and just let him run. I'm genius OC.
I'm with you, but you look at Kellen Moore has twice had the number one total offense and 4 top 10 scoring offenses in his 6 years of being a coordinator. I mean, what happened in Dallas? Mike McCarthy wanted to call plays, and Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore didn't see eye to eye on when to run the ball. And then, now granted, first year under McCarthy's offense, it got going, but what were we still saying? Didn't he get rid of Kellen Moore because he wouldn't run the damn ball?
That's what he did.
And then I think Jerry said, Mike, if you're not going to run the ball, I'm not going to give you any running backs. And he took away the running backs. And then what happened, right? And I do wonder, in a roundabout way, why would we pay Derrick Henry if we're not going to run the ball? We got Rico Dowdle. We'll bring in Zeke for short yardage. We'll pick up Dalvin Cook. And because
to serve as the lunchroom attendant?
Well, I mean, I don't know if he even did that.
I'm not
in
sure.
Dallas. Him and his total of 20 yards for the entire season.
My gosh, what a disappointment.
But you wonder, though, if some of the thinking of not spending on running back came back to Mike McCarthy and his refusal to run the ball. Now, that said, you look at Rico Dowdle went over 1,000 yards this year. They didn't pay Tony Pollard. You pull up Tony Pollard's stats in Tennessee and look at Rico Dowdle's stats, and they're damn near the same. So, I mean, again, from a business standpoint, if you're not going to run the ball, why would I pay a running back? But you also wonder, is it needed? Because it wasn't there. I just look at, if I took Kellen Moore's history out of the Dallas Cowboys away and just looked at him with his resume and his offense, I look at it a little bit differently. But then you can't remove his history with the team, and he's just another yes man for Jerry Jones, which is what Jerry Jones wants.
Well, it is what he wants. Look, I'm not opposed to Kellen Moore as an offensive coordinator. I'm just not sure about his head coaching ability, although – again, I can say that about every other coordinator that's out there that's never had a head coaching job. So, again, unfair to Kellen, and I don't want to be unfair to Kellen. But he's also got interviews with the Jags and with the Saints as well. So everybody's going to give him a look-see. And you're right in the respect that he would be a yes man. There's no question about that, and he'd do anything that Jerry Jones wanted him to do because he wants to be a head coach with the Dallas Cowboys. And I think that's more it. I mean, he'd take a head coaching job anywhere, but he wants to be head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
And when you look at it, too, and you go back with the respect, I mean, he was Dak's backup and then became his coach. And there never seemed to be any issues that we heard of as far as stop, Kellen. Kellen, go get my lunch. Kellen, go. And everybody else. I mean, if you're on a football team, you've understood chain of command and have respect for your coaches. And if he comes in as the head coach, you would think a Micah Parsons would be on board with that. And because he's already made that transition from, teammate for some of those guys to coach. And if you're coming back in that role, you almost have to. It's almost like any other working environment. You might be buddy-buddy with somebody, but all of a sudden they get promoted, and that changes the dynamic of the relationship. So I don't know, but I'm with you. I think the familiarity in Dallas, he understands the circus of what he would be getting into. And I don't know, maybe he does feel like if he needed to challenge Jerry Jones on something, he would have the stones to do it. I don't know that he does, but maybe he does. And maybe. I mean, you never know.
Jerry would spank his little hiney. Are you kidding me?
But keep in
mind. Take him in the back room.
I mean, there's something about Kellen Moore that he went from quarterback coach to the offensive coordinator because the other guy, was it Scott Linehan?
Yeah.
Wasn't putting in what Kellen wanted to put in, and he was apparently more creative. And, I think Scott Linehan was trying to keep the young whippersnapper down, don't take my job, and other people recognized it. You got to believe there had to be some competitive spirit, if you will, from Kellen Moore to be able to do that to a guy like Scott Linehan.
That could all well and be true, and maybe Jerry's got a plan. Maybe that's why Robert Saleh's coming in. Maybe that's why Leslie Frazier is coming in. Jerry's looking for a DC. One of those guys would be a fine DC. I think Robert Saleh, of the guys that have been mentioned, except for my love of Deion Sanders. And there was a report today, by the way, that said Deion would take the job if it was offered to him by Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and I'm going, well, there is hope. Still, there is hope. Mm-hmm. And look, I get it, and I understand why people don't want Deion there, but I just think it would be a win-win for everybody, including us. And
now, again, selfishly, us. But the other part of that, I look at Robert Saleh. Does he want to be a defensive coordinator? I don't know. He's spent a year as a consultant. He wants to be a head coach. He's interviewing for those jobs. There was a report he was going to go back to San Francisco as their DC. And boom, head coaching job's open, and that's where he's going. So I don't know that he would go that route. Leslie Frazier, he might be one that would.
Yeah, he might do that. He's been doing that for a little while with Seattle.
Yep.
He could very well be interested in the DC job. And again, if you're talking about a Kellen Moore, I could see where Jerry, in that respect, would be more involved in hiring his coordinators. You bring in somebody like Robert Saleh, I don't think Saleh is going to say, yeah, Jerry, you pick the coordinators. I don't think that would happen. He would refuse to do that, and most coaches would. They want their own coaching staff that they choose and they pick. It's their neck on the line. It's not Jerry's neck on the line. So a guy like Kellen Moore, though, I think would say, all right, Jerry, yeah, you want me to have Leslie Frazier as DC? Sure, no problem. And so, all of that makes a lot of sense. But I think Jerry's going to drag this thing on a while. I think he loves the attention. He's getting it all. The playoffs are getting none of it.
This is true. I mean, when you think about some of the games this weekend, and watch any national show, let alone ours, watch any national show, and you're not hearing a lot about the games tomorrow. But we'll talk about that coming up next here on The Blitz. Live at the King of Paddle 314 Nolan Street. We're right downtown. Pickleball, paddleball. There's a bar. Come hang out with us on this Thursday afternoon at the King of Paddle here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle.
The boogeyman is supposed to be whatever scares you. So it's my wife. It's your wife after you show up 30 minutes late to your planned date night.
Yeah, see?
Except she's uglier and heavier than you know her.
Yeah.
Even if I fix this, now I'm going to have sex with an ugly fat version of my wife. Damn it.
Unfortunately, that's real life for her.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Frankly, would you like to rap at the Testicle Festival? Can you give me a little rap?
You want me to spit a rap?
Yeah, I want you to spit a rap.
About balls? Yo, Testicle Festival. It's like an extraterrestrial. Widen my eyes when I see them calf fries.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you could get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
James Fletcher with San Antonio Sports Star here. Have you played Pick 6 from DraftKings? The playoffs are here and time is running out. As the official daily fantasy sports partner of the NFL, DraftKings does fantasy sports like no one else. Play for better payouts on Pick 6. It's super easy to get started. Just select 2 or more players, choose if they'll have more or less of a stat. Pick 6 is available in most states, including Texas, Missouri, California, Georgia, and more. And DraftKings is making it even sweeter for first-timers. New Pick 6 customers play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Win more cash on Pick 6. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app and use code KTFM. That's code KTFM for new customers to play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus award is non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 30 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promo.
No 2 people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you. All of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner. So he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we are dedicated to helping you live life fully, playing with your kids, golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit iffhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-9624. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-9624. That's 800-507-9624. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. You can always subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Like, comment there. You can also see video of us right now. You can comment there. Keep making fun of us on at SA Sports Star on Instagram. There's video of us attempting to play pickleball. And one of the comments is, Joe, you need help. The other was, you guys look like a couple of pros. And there's a lot that say we just need help.
Well, that's absolutely true. And not just at pickleball, at a lot of things.
At a lot of things.
We could use a little help. But, hey, it was fun. And I tell you what, that's the beauty of coming out here. It doesn't really matter. There's the players of all kinds of abilities. So come on out, just have some fun, man. And then have a couple of cold beers after that. And it's a great place to be.
Well, that's it. I mean, even if you're not a pickleball player, and we're not, you can still come down here and have fun. But even if you don't get on a court, there's a bar, there's TVs, there's darts, there's Grumpy Ask Greg Shelton. There's all kinds of entertainment down here.
Got cornhole, too.
Yeah, cornhole. I mean, it's like a big old tailgate party here at the King of Paddle, 314 at Nolan Street. Come hang out with us this afternoon and get ready for their big tournament that is happening this weekend. I just saw a tweet with a trivia question, if you will. Can anyone name the defensive coordinator who has come to his new team his last 7 times, and that team has gone to the playoffs his first year? It's a tough trivia question.
That is a tough question.
He gives a hint. Always ask a question when you are the answer. Very proud of my resume. Hope you get it right. What a tweet from Wade Phillips.
Wade Phillips.
Now the head coach, obviously, of the San Antonio Brahmas. Sneaky, funny personality with old Wade. And I can't wait for Wednesdays with Wade this football season to get started again. But, what a great stat for Wade Phillips for his resume.
Oh, absolutely. And, I appreciate a guy that will put that out there and just make sure everybody knows that, hey, Wade Phillips, he's not a joke. He's a good coach. Obviously, the Brahmas know that, and the Cowboys do as well. And he came in and did a great job. You talk about a defensive mind. I tell you what, that dude can coach some defense. That's for sure.
Yet, nobody is talking about bringing him back to the NFL. And I know he's loving what he's doing right now in the UFL and with the San Antonio Brahmas. But after his last run in the NFL, even with great defenses in these spring leagues and great results as a head coach, no talk about let's go with Wade Phillips to come in as a defensive coordinator, even if it would be a short-term run. And that is a little surprising.
It's a little surprising. But, look, Wade's in a great spot right now. He really is. And I think he's enjoying what he's doing. He's obviously having a lot of success with the Brahmas. So I think he really enjoys it. And I'd be surprised. I think it'd have to be a unique, special offer to pry him away from the San Antonio Brahmas right now.
Maybe. I mean, you and I know Wade Phillips pretty well. And I think he enjoys the schedule he has now by coaching in the spring, but able to travel and stay in touch with all the NFL types, with his son being on the staff there with the Minnesota Vikings and visiting his daughter out in California. I do think he enjoys the schedule now, but there is something about a coach in the NFL that if somebody were to call, I think he would entertain that offer.
Yeah, well,
I really do. But I do think, an amazing offer, a chance to go get another ring. But there's something about, man, if the NFL calls, you answer.
Well, if they're going to call Wade, they better call him quick. Yeah, he's already getting ready for another season.
He is.
That's coming up quick. That starts in March, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
So
training camp in about a month.
Yeah. So they got to get ready and get going. That's for sure. But it's just going to be interesting to see where everything falls, because with the exception of New England in these coaching searches, nobody has suggested that they're close. Not that they would put that out there, but I'm just saying, I mean, and there have been no other hires yet. So it's interesting. And I don't know if that's because two of the hottest coordinators are still playing. Of course, I'm talking about Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. Is that a possibility? And are teams waiting for those guys to get knocked out of the tournament or win the Super Bowl, whatever comes first?
I think a combination of all. And again, it's so interesting when you think about hiring a head coach, and basically, you've got these billion-dollar companies, and you're putting together your CEO, and we'll watch on a Sunday and we'll see that guy screw up basic time management. Everybody in their living room knows you should have called the timeout there, but 12 seconds went off the clock. But, and so, boy, we want them to make these fast hires. But at the same time, don't they need to do all their due diligence and make sure there's not something that could be a little bit better, or, something in the closet where if you're a defense coordinator, that's fine. But as a head coach, face of the franchise, I don't know that we can do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We all want these fast hires, but it is like hiring a CEO for $1 billion company.
Well, you're hoping to get it right. And again, it's all a roll of the dice. No matter who you hire. I don't think you could say, well, we hired somebody and he's going to be perfect and a perfect fit. Maybe a Mike Vrabel back in New England, maybe that works, maybe it doesn't. Look, when he was hired at Tennessee, I thought, oh, this is great. He's going to turn this franchise around. And he did. He had some success. There's no question about it with the Tennessee Titans. But I think he's going to do a good job in New England. But these coordinators, you just don't know how they're going to be. You hope that you pick the right guy and you hope he is successful, and you go from there. And it's really all you can do.
Well, and then you look at the last thing you see is what you're thinking. Bobby Slowik interviewed with the New York Jets today. Last year, it felt like Bobby Slowik could have picked his job, kind of like we talked about Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson has followed up that season last year with another year where, that guy's going to be able to pick his job. Bobby Slowik, Texans fans want him fired. Get out, right? But there's somebody that's going to want him as a head coach. You look at a guy like Sam Darnold. All season, boy, that Sam Darnold is making him a lot of money. Last 2 weeks, how much money did his play cost Sam Darnold with the way he looked the last couple of weeks of the season? His last 2 games, ugly.
No, they were terrible. Now, look, there are a lot of reasons for that, and I'm putting most of the blame on Darnold, but my gosh, that offensive line just all of a sudden disappeared. That defense wasn't as good as it had been during the regular season. And things just ratchet up a little bit when you get to this time of the year. The Detroit Lions had a game plan for Minnesota that nobody else had all year long.
Yep.
And that was to apply maximum pressure to Sam Darnold. They did that. And then you turned around and you saw that the Rams watched that film and they did the exact same thing and had the exact same success against Sam Darnold. He's one of those guys. I mean, he is a Jared Goff, a Dak Prescott, guys that aren't going to be mobile anymore. And so you've got to design offenses around them. They did a good job with him throughout the regular season, but when it comes to this time of the year and in the playoffs, it's a whole different ballgame.
It is. Although with Sam, what surprised me, I mean, lack of mobility is one thing, but he missed some wide open guys with some bad throws, especially in that game against Detroit. Although super agent Leigh Steinberg, he's fine. And Steinberg thinks Sam Darnold ends up staying in Minnesota.
If you take his whole body of work, it played very well. And he was every bit a franchise quarterback. He lit it up during the season. So now he had a tough game against Detroit. But remember, that's Detroit. And then last night had a subpar performance. So they're not happy about that. They don't think that it's a great reflection because you're supposed to elevate your level of play in the playoffs. But having said that, I think that Minnesota is a great organization. They make very prudent decisions, and I would guess that they'll keep Darnold.
And, Leigh makes a lot of sense. And I think maybe when you look at it, not that you wanted Darnold to perform that way, but looking at it now that the season's over, it probably is the best thing that could have happened to Minnesota. We can sign Sam Darnold now. We don't have to pay him as much as we wanted to. Keep him around another year or so because, quite frankly, they still don't know what they have in J.J. McCarthy. So Sam Darnold provides an insurance policy for the Vikings.
And the other part of that, too, because McCarthy is on a rookie deal, if you sign Sam, and granted, they're going to have a competitive offer, and depending on how much he loves it there, and don't forget, Daniel Jones is on that roster too. They picked him up.
That's right.
Things all went south for them when Daniel Jones joined the Vikings. Keep that in mind. But at the same time, if Sam gets a big money offer somewhere else, or does Minnesota match that? And could they trade at J.J. McCarthy since it is such a weak quarterback class in the draft? Somebody that's desperate for a quarterback, if they loved J.J. McCarthy last year and Minnesota got him before they could, would they be willing to make a trade for McCarthy this year? Depending on how much they really like Sam Darnold in that building.
Yeah, anything's possible. I still think Minnesota likes McCarthy, and it's unfortunate for that young man that he got hurt and was out for the season. But I think they want to see what they've got in him. But you sign Darnold to the least amount that you possibly can, if you can do that. And he may get offers that Minnesota's just not willing to match.
Sure.
And so that could happen too, and we're going to have to wait and see. But if you can keep Sam Darnold in the house and let J.J. McCarthy learn from him another year, I think you're going to be better off, and that would benefit Minnesota. I don't think there's any question.
When you look at the idea of Sam Darnold, nobody is ever going to put him, even with what he did this year, in that elite level category like what we're going to see this weekend in that Bills Ravens game,
gosh.
Right? But ultimately, that's where Minnesota needs to get, and you have to have a quarterback that can get there. You look at the AFC playoffs this weekend, you got three of the best and one that eventually is going to be a part of that conversation in C.J. Stroud. Patrick Mahomes is the standard right now, but you look, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, one of those guys is going to lose again in this round of the playoffs. And next week, the conversation is going to be whichever team loses, is that the quarterback that can get it done?
Both of those guys are going to feel the heat. Whoever loses that game, you're exactly right. That's going to happen. But the pressure is not going to end there. The winner of that game, if they go up to Kansas City, should Kansas City beat Houston, and lose to Patrick Mahomes, it's going to be the same thing. Oh, wow, yeah, you got to the AFC Championship game, but you can't beat Patrick Mahomes. How do you think Peyton Manning felt going up against Tom Brady? I mean, it's kind of the same thing when you're talking about Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. They first got to – I mean, this is going to be – by all intents and purposes, one hell of a football game. I cannot wait for 5:30 on Sunday afternoon for that Buffalo-Baltimore game. I'm just looking forward to it. It's going to be a great game with two great quarterbacks. But again, it's not fair what we do to quarterbacks and to players in general. You lose to a good team, well, all of a sudden you just can't get it done. You can't get it done, and you never will.
Well, and you look at it's so bizarre because both teams can win this game. You can make an argument for both, right? And feels like it could come down to a field goal. They do it in different ways, which is interesting. But you look at what Derrick Henry has added to the Baltimore Ravens, that run game, and in that cold weather in the fourth quarter in those jumbo packages, it is Baltimore's offense in that run game going to be enough to keep Josh Allen sitting on the sideline? I mean, of all the years, of all the games where you talk about a ball control offense, Josh Allen, my goodness, he's the only Pro Bowler on that. I heard that stat this morning. I thought, man, there's another feather in his cap for MVP. He's the first time that a quarterback, whatever the stat was, is a all-pro player without an all-pro teammate.
That's incredible.
That's insane.
Well, then that's what I mean. When we were talking about MVP, what Josh Allen means to that Buffalo team is everything. They lose Josh Allen, they're done. And look, it would severely cripple the Baltimore Ravens if they lost Lamar Jackson. But with a Derrick Henry, they might be able to survive a little bit better than Buffalo would. But both of those guys are deserving, and I'm not going to be upset with whoever it walks away with that prize. But this game, it's really unfair for both of those guys that whoever loses is going to be a loser, can't win in the playoffs. And then, well, they'll get a week's reprieve, whoever wins, and then they got to go beat Patrick Mahomes to get all the people off their backs.
It's man. And there are some NFC games, too. We might talk about those.
That's right. They play?
I mean, think about it. I mean, the quarterbacks in the AFC in those matchups. The NFC, I don't get me wrong, but they're not near as sexy as what we're seeing
not
in
at all.
the AFC. But we will talk about that all coming up. Spurs lay an egg in the second half last night. We'll go over that.
Wow.
That kind of year for the San Antonio Spurs. We are live here, the Blitz, at the King of Paddle. We are downtown, 314 at Nolan Street. Pickleball, paddleball. There's a bar. Come hang out with us on this Thursday afternoon here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, let me tell you about Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing, family-owned company, local company, and they know how important the roof is to your home and your family and everything that you hold dear. So you need a reliable roofer you can trust. Stevens Roofing is that reliable roofer. They can do any kind of project, anything you can think of. You got a commercial building that needs a new roof? Stevens can handle that. You want a metal roof on your house? Stevens Roofing can do that as well. They're licensed by the city of San Antonio. Estimates are always free. You just pick up the phone and give them a call. 210-785-0994. Stevens Roofing is also in the solar business now. If you've been thinking about going solar, wanting to save some money, Stevens Roofing is the company that you need to call. And solar panels are increasingly affordable right now. In fact, they can save you money on your monthly utility bills. Solar panels will often increase. And this is important. There are even options to keep the lights on when the grid goes down. Going to get mighty cold next week. You might want to be thinking about picking up the phone and giving Stevens a call right now because, well, they have a team of certified experts who will deliver solar solutions that are tailored to your specific needs. So for roofing or for solar, call the local company that's been trusted for decades. Call Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994. Stevens Roofing has your family covered. Give them a call, 210-785-0994.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Well, family, this new year is off to a great start. Everybody, how are those New Year's resolutions?
Dear, my resolution is to cut my damaged hair and just start over.
Dad, my resolution is to take better care of my skin. It's so dry. Ew.
Pops, my New Year's resolution is to work out at the gym. Go up and drink a gallon of bottled water every day.
My resolution is to take up skydiving.
Mom, you're 96.
Don't you make me get it.
Family, my resolution is to replace all our appliances that have been destroyed over the years by hard water.
Sounds like your family needs to start the new year off with installing a Connecticut water system and get a head start on all those resolutions.
This guy's making sense.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. Offer ends soon. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Connecticut. SA.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. Every day, ZipRecruiter helps people who are actively looking for jobs like yours, so it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9047. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9047. That's 800-575-9047. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a colonial with high ceilings, hardwood floors, and a peaceful neighborhood. And you found it. Now, every Saturday at 6 a.m., you get to wake to the sound of your neighbor's leaf blower. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys have set up multiple interviews for this weekend, starting with Eagles OC Kellen Moore on Friday. Also have an interview with former Jets head coach Robert Saleh scheduled for Saturday, and Seattle Seahawks assistant head coach Leslie Frazier on Monday. Well, according to Ed Werder of WFAA TV in Dallas, he's told that Colorado head coach Deion Sanders would almost certainly accept if Jerry Jones offers him the head coaching job.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Watching on at YouTube, you can always subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On this Thursday afternoon, we are live downtown at the King of Paddle, a paddleball and pickleball club. They got paddleball courts, pickleball courts, lots of them. A bar, there's food, there's drink. We're in a tailgate area with picnic tables, ping pong, foosball, darts, a basketball goal. They got it all down here, so come hang out with us.
Yeah, they got everything in here. This is quite the setup. I'm going to tell you what, they got pickleball courts all the way down to the other end. And this is a huge warehouse, by the way. This is not a small place.
No.
It is a huge warehouse. There's pickleball courts all the way from where we're sitting all the way down to the other end. And then the paddleball courts. And I was really happy to learn, Minix, what the difference between pickleball and paddleball. I didn't have any idea, but now I do. The paddleball is really a lot of fun, and I think it's more of a combination of tennis and racquetball.
You think, or you were told?
No, I kind of think that, right? I mean, you bounce the thing off the glass.
That's what it is. It's like a mixed breed dog. You know, the German Shepherd and the Poodle had sex, and they came up with paddleball. I mean, and that's what it is.
I didn't even know tennis and racquetball were involved.
I mean, you know, exactly.
Who knew?
You know, they took the net out, and all of a sudden there's a whole new sport that's created. And apparently paddleball is massive in other countries. In fact, we learned today, paddleball will be an Olympic sport coming up soon.
Isn't that incredible? I think coming up in 2028.
I think that's what he said.
I think it will be a sport actually in 2028 in the Olympics. So it's a lot of fun. We also learned that, unlike tennis, you have to play doubles.
Yes.
You don't play singles in paddleball, so you have to play doubles, and there are different rules for each person on the court. But it's bottom line, when you get going, it's a lot of fun. It really is. And pretty damn good exercise too. I worked up a little sweat.
Yeah, I made you run. I made you run a lot. And in pickleball, while there's rules there too, Reinagle doesn't pay attention to those. For you professional pickleball players, and that's anybody that's played the game and kind of half-ass understands the rules, point out on our Instagram page at SA Sportstar the major rule violation that Reinagle had with the only point that he got against me. But that's okay. He doesn't think he did anything illegal, but it's on video. Yeah, but he celebrated, showed off his white belt. You know what it felt like is you had the guy with the kick return for a touchdown, and he starts celebrating, jumps into the crowd, and then looks and sees the flag, and there was that illegal block in the back, and it's coming back. The disappointment on Reinagle's face when he found out he was in the kitchen, and that was an illegal hit, whatever the hell that means, was real. But he did get to show off the white belt. It is here. He is wearing it.
Absolutely, I'm wearing it. Anytime I do anything athletic.
What you did was not athletic, sir.
You got to have the white belt because, it's just, it's like anything. It's like spinach for Popeye.
So you wear the white belt to the gym every morning?
No.
Okay. Is that not athletic?
Well, I guess it is, but that'd be a little goofy.
It's a little goofy here, too. To be honest, it's a little goofy here.
Well, I thought it was appropriate because I didn't have any, good pickleball or paddleball attire. Whatever that is.
Look around. Shorts and a T-shirt.
And so I didn't know.
You'd be that guy over there. He's got his tank top on. That guy over there looks like he could play any sport he wants to play.
Yeah, he does.
Or catch a bat. His hand-eye coordination for this game must be pretty incredible.
Well, I tell you, some of these, you don't have to dress up, that's for sure. Just whatever you want to put on is A-okay. Great place to come. And I tell you what, it's who knew? I knew pickleball was popular everywhere, but paddleball, I guess, really is because, there's a lot of folks out here. Was it 3 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon? A lot of people out here enjoying pickleball and or paddleball.
You, too, could be out here. Right now, though, let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
To start on a sad note, but you just have to celebrate the great life of Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker. Passes away today at the age of 90.
Oh, dude, the guy was incredible. I loved Bob Uecker, just such a character. Lived a great life. He did. I think everybody enjoyed Bob Uecker, and we're going to have a ton of memories for the rest of our lives when it comes to Bob Uecker and to celebrate him. So rest in peace, Mr. Uecker, because you've earned a good rest.
You have, and again, a great life lived. And you think about like the Milwaukee Brewers. And I heard this morning on the Greeny show, the dude that was sitting in for Greeny because he doesn't come to work anymore, which, again, he's not going to have that anymore. So, we'll have like a permanent show there Monday after the Super Bowl. But, yeah, he said he used to do radio in Milwaukee. And, and he said this, and, he's right. When you think of the Brewers, you think of Bob Uecker. And of any franchise in any sport, when the first person you think of is the broadcaster, nobody else has that.
No.
You think about any other organization, there is a player that comes to mind. With the Brewers, it's Bob Uecker.
Well, it depends on how you grew up. Like Jack Buck for me. When I think of the Cardinals and listening to Jack Buck, longtime radio announcer for the Cardinals. With me, it was Gene Elston, who came before Milo Hamilton with the Astros. I remember falling asleep with the radio under my pillow, listening to Gene Elston call Astros games. And so, if you grew up in the sports like Minix and I did, that's kind of what you did. And you had those guys that you kind of listened to and heard and revered. And certainly Bob Uecker was one of those guys.
And you get the nickname Mr. Baseball. You've certainly earned it.
Yes.
And passes away at the age of 90. I think we all need to go home tonight and watch Major League.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Doyle here, welcoming all you friends of the feather to another season of Indians baseball. A lot of new faces in Chief Wahoo's tribe this year as they take on the defending American League champs, the New York Yankees. And hopefully we'll have some of the names that go with those faces before their first at-bat.
Top of the ninth, leading 10-7. Bases loaded, 2 down. And Rick Vaughn has come on to try and nail it down against Felipe Aguilar, a dangerous right-handed batter. Here's the pitch.
Vaughn into the windup in his first offering. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed. Ball 4. Ball 8. Low, and Vaughn has walked the bases loaded on 12 straight pitches. Boy, how can these guys lay off pitches that close? Post-game show is brought to you by... Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.
You know how many times I wish I could say that?
I know it, right? The hell with nobody listening anyway. Yeah. That's what he said.
The headline Blitz brought to you by, and we need a sponsor for this.
No
but
kidding.
yeah, the hell with it. The hell with it. Yeah. Speaking of somebody needing sponsors, they finally got a TV deal. Live Golf works a deal with Fox.
How about that?
I know that excites you, Mr. Golf Guy.
I tell you what, I'm a little disappointed. They even had a hype video out for the announcement today that had some of those traders on it, but so it was good. And look, that's big for them, and not good for the PGA Tour. And I'll tell you, and I think that's why guys like Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy are doing the things that they're doing with this Tuesday night thing. Was it the TCL pledge, something like that? It's and trying to let these guys have a little more fun. And I think when you see in the Live Tour, those guys, it's more relaxed. They're having some fun, and I think people are seeing that. I've got a friend of mine that swears by it. He watches Live Golf all the time, and very seldom now PGA golf. And so I'm sure there's a lot of people like that. I still can't get into it. I've tried, but it's gaining in popularity, that's for sure, which makes me very sad.
Well, but again, being on Fox, if you know where to go find it, Saturday, Sunday afternoon, not doing much else, you get a chance to watch, you probably tune in.
Guys wearing shorts.
Well, look.
Jeez.
Get over it. You're wearing a white belt.
Well, they are too.
I know, but I mean, a white belt and shorts, which is exactly what you look like on a golf course.
That's exactly
it's
right.
It's a little bit more relatable, a lot more than the TGL. I tried to watch it the other night. I turned it off after literally less than 10 minutes.
What you didn't like about it? I'll get it out in a minute.
I don't really understand the rules. I don't know what they were doing.
It's golf.
I don't know what Matt Berry's doing over yonder by himself. It wasn't. I mean, it'd be like, all right, I'm gonna just pop open a beer over at the PGA Superstore and watch people play. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. I didn't. Whatever point I joined, which wasn't at the beginning, it didn't get my attention. And then Joanna said, "Are we really going to watch this?" And I said, "No, I wasn't going to die on that hill because I wasn't into it either. If it had grabbed me, I'd be like, yeah, man, this is going to be the new thing. I missed it last week and had all this FOMO. I just maybe I didn't give it enough time, but it didn't grab me in 10 minutes. I bounced and didn't think back."
Well, what I do like about it is the fact that they're a little more relaxed. They're a little more almost approachable. The fans can heckle them. And all of that kind of stuff. I liked it. And people must like it, people besides you, because it did go up 9% from week to week in viewership. And
the Tiger effect.
Well, and maybe that's it. And we'll see next week when it's not Tiger out there playing. But and look, anytime Tiger's playing, people watch. It doesn't matter what he's doing. So maybe that was it. And we'll see what the ratings are for next Tuesday when Tiger's not there. But I like it. And I like it because it's something I could do. And I could go out, I think, and compete and play and have fun. You take a bunch of guys and play a format like that and just have a blast. And so for me, that's what I was envisioning more so than watching those guys. But I did like the fact that they're joking around, they're laughing. Tiger had, and I can't remember the guy's name, Pledge helped me, that he sculled one out of the sand trap, and Tiger Woods needed oxygen. He was laughing so hard. And so just stuff like that.
I saw the highlight of that. That was funny. I didn't see that part live. And again, maybe I just caught it at like maybe the worst time. I wasn't into it. Cool. All right, move on. That's kind of how I felt. Spurs Man, they lay an egg in the second half last night against Memphis. We'll get into that coming up here on the Blitz. Plus, etiquette when you're in a different city, but you're rooting for a team. Should it matter? Does it matter? We'll explain a jersey faux pas, or was it for Karl Anthony Towns last night? Here on the Blitz, live out at the King of Paddle, downtown 314 at Nolan Street here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. And as we're out here at the King of Paddle, paddleball, pickleball, and you're like, man, I don't know if I've got the energy for that, because maybe you're dealing with the lack of energy, maybe low libido. Well, those could all be low testosterone. So go get your T levels checked. Make that New Year's resolution to yourself to go to Synergenics. I recommend the providers at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss, because their personalized TRT goes well beyond standard treatments. Not all TRT is the same. At Synergenics, you will get a personally optimized TRT treatment plan from providers who specialize in testosterone therapy. So book that initial appointment now. Go to the website, synergenicshealth.com. And Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss, they offer weight loss management with affordable prescription GLP-1 plans. Current patients, Synergenics is offering a $150 referral credit when you refer a new patient. Testosterone starts to decline in our 30s, so if you're feeling that loss of energy and drive, it could be caused by low T. Go get checked at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Book that first appointment now at synergenicshealth.com, SYNERGENX health.com for Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss.
Rise and on! South Texas, home of the college football playoff national championship, is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. After 10 games that started back on December 20th, only one is left. Number 7 Notre Dame versus the highly favored number 8 seed Ohio State. The college football playoff national championship, Monday at 5:30. Brought to you by Ewald Kubota, The Break Room Bar, and Smoky Mo's Barbecue on South Texas' first FM sports station, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is playoff time. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. You know, Underdog is the best place to cash in on all your takes during the playoffs. Be like me and 5 million other happy players winning money watching games with their Pick'em game, where you could win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. You can cook up fire entries for a shot to win real cash prizes all playoff long. You can even take football and basketball and mix them together. Underdog is the only Pick'em platform that puts the power to cash out in your hands. Now you can either keep riding with your entry or tap the Win Now button to cash out whenever you want. Underdog is the best place to play Pick'em. Download the app, sign up with my promo code STAR, and deposit now and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's promo code STAR. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code STAR. Sign up today. Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
AJ Hoffman here from the Morning Huddle for my friends out at SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house, located at 281 and Bitters. They have tournaments going every single day, guys. Follow them on Instagram. It's at SA_Card House. You'll get all the details on what tournaments are running that day. And if you're not a tournament guy, hey, no problem. They've got cash games running 24/7. It's a great environment, great atmosphere, great dealers, great people. I can't forget the great food. Foster's Bar and Grill, attached to SA Card House, has some of the finest food in the city. and you don't have to be a member to dine there. If you're looking for a place to play cards, look no further. It's 281 in Bitters. SA Card House is the place you want to play. Always cash to be made. Get on out to SA Card House. I will see you on the tables.
On Super Sunday, you could be the crunch time hero. PorkRinds.com is bringing you a game-changing twist to your big day because it's also Pork Rind Appreciation Day. The crispy, crunchy, crave-worthy snack you love deserves its moment. PorkRinds.com is celebrating by giving you a chance to win tickets to the 2026 big game in Santa Clara. Enter at PorkRinds.com and become your own crunch time hero. This Super Sunday, make sure your snack game is on point. Celebrate Pork Rind Appreciation Day. Get in on the action at PorkRinds.com. Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Downtown at the King of Paddle, 314 Nolan Street. Here all afternoon until 6 o'clock tonight. Pickleball, paddleball. They've got all kinds of things going on, including some experts, pros that are going to put on a demonstration later. You can learn quite a bit. They got a food bar. They got everything you need. So come hang out with us this afternoon. Tomorrow, we're going to be at Round Table Pizza, 281 in Stone Oak. They got pizza and beer and TVs, and a great way to start your Friday. Chance to win some free pizza as well tomorrow with the Blitz live out at Round Table Pizza.
Yeah, a couple of good days for us and for you too. Everybody that's listening, you want to come follow us here, and then at Round Table Pizza tomorrow, we're going to kick off the weekend early. In fact, we're doing it right now. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is fantastic. I just want to show you, if you're watching on YouTube, I just want to turn my camera around. You kind of see what we're looking at when it comes to what they have here and how big this place is. It's just incredible. You can kind of see, and if you're watching on YouTube and you can see the camera on the right-hand side of what you're looking at, the paddleball courts, and then, of course, pickleball here on the left. But you see how far down it goes and how many courts they have, and a lot of folks out there having a great time. So come check this place out, man. It is a lot of fun.
It really is. And one of the coaches here is from Argentina, and and he was teaching Joe and I earlier, and what we learned is paddleball is big in other countries and has been for years and years and years and years and years, and so
including Argentina.
And so when you think about it's going to be an Olympic sport. Some of the people that we've talked to, they've been playing since they were kids or whatever, because, I didn't know. Pickleball seems to be the new craze in America, but and for paddleball players, and then, you're a pickleballer, huh? I mean, there does seem to be some of that. Interesting stuff. In Reinagle, you might not be the right person to have this conversation with, but we're going to have it anyway.
All right, why not?
But we need your opinion too. On Twitter at Joe Reinagle 210, tweet at me at Jason Minix, or dial up 210-656-ESPN 656-3776. Karl Anthony Towns has taken some heat, because he wore his favorite football team's jersey to a game. But playing a rival in a city where they hate everybody. And should he have to do that?
Well, Cat's now playing for the Knicks, right?
Yep.
And so he wasn't playing last night. He was sitting on the bench, whether that's load management or he's injured, whatever.
Doesn't matter.
He shows up on the bench in an Eagles shirt.
And they're playing the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yes. And you play for the New York Knicks. Now, to me, that is just dude, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Oh, now, again. They
were in Philly, by the way.
They're in Philly.
Yeah.
He plays for the Knicks, but he's an Eagles fan. And but again, Knicks fans going nuts because I don't know. Do you feel like he's a pro athlete for one, but you're in that city, you should just adopt the Jets or the Giants.
No, you don't have to do that because I wouldn't do that. But you don't wear an Eagles. The Eagles, he could have, if he was wearing a Colts shirt or a Miami Dolphin shirt, that would have gone over. But the Eagles?
Like him wearing a Cowboy shirt.
Exactly. Or a Washington shirt. I mean, in that capacity, a lot of people are Giants fans. They hate the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes, they
with
do.
a passion. And so, to me, you couldn't do it. Well, they made him change
yes.
at halftime. So he comes out in the third quarter, and he's got a whole different in fact, the New York Knicks sweater on or whatever the case was. But, you can't do that, Cat, please.
Well,
now, if he's in Minnesota and he comes out with a Bears jersey on, I mean, can you imagine?
Well,
same thing.
It's funny, though, because you grow up with a passion for your team. And, for example, if all of a sudden we were doing this show in the Washington market, I'm not going to start wearing Washington gear.
No. You're not going to be walking around with Cowboys gear on.
I'm probably smart enough not to wear cowboy gear.
Exactly.
Although if they're playing, I would. It is kind of one of those things that, it's like I'm dealing with this on a personal level. My daughter has been in Phoenix now for 4 years. And, if she goes to a game, if she's going to a Spurs Suns game, she'll wear Spurs gear. But I saw her in some Suns gear, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Right? You can't do that. You're a Spurs fan.
Yeah,
like,
but she lives there.
But she lived, because she moved there, she's got to adopt those teams?
She doesn't have to, but I think maybe it grows on you a little bit if you live in that city long enough.
It might. I was more mad when she put on Diamondbacks gear. I mean, what are you doing? I mean, she won't wear Cardinals gear. She knows better. She was raised right. But it's weird because, I guess when you move somewhere, should you adopt? But does that work for pro athletes? Since Cat's playing for the Knicks, should he support all New York teams?
No. But you don't flaunt it. Right? If Eagles fan, that's fine. If that's what he is, fantastic. No problem. But, dude, you don't wear an Eagles shirt and sit on the bench. And because I guarantee every New Yorker is throwing out some choice words when it comes to Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, but that's just a day that ends in Y for those people.
Well,
I mean, you look at
Good point.
It is kind of one of those, like I'm trying to think if, the Rangers and the Yankees are playing in the ALCS, and if Dak Prescott would have showed up at a game in a Yankees hat, Dallas fans would have gone nuts.
Yes.
And that's what's happened here. Now Dak, very self-aware, he supports all the Dallas area teams. But if, say, the Rangers and Phillies are playing in the World Series and Micah Parsons showed up in a Phillies hat, I don't know that I'd be mad at him knowing that he's from Philadelphia or from Pennsylvania.
Well, you just can't do that because people would get upset, and they obviously did get upset. He had to change. Look, you just can't do. You can be a Philly fan all you want to. You can talk about it. You can do it. But sitting on the bench, the New York Knicks bench in Philadelphia, wearing a Philadelphia Eagles sweater. You don't do that, my friend.
I'm with you. It's just one of those stories that you see it and you go, what was he thinking?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
I don't think any of those New York fans are saying, dude, I'm not going to be mad at you for rooting for the Eagles, but you're really going to sit in Philadelphia wearing that jersey? But although maybe Kat was thinking, we're in Philadelphia. These people generally hate me, and I hear all kinds of choice words. They're going to love me if I'm wearing this shirt today. This is what I'm going to choose to wear today.
Yeah, but the problem is he's got to go back to the Garden.
Yeah.
And so and they don't forget. And so I'm sure I don't know what's going to happen once he goes back to Madison Square Garden. So, that was a big mistake. He obviously, somebody told him when he got to the halftime locker room, dude, change.
I'm trying to think when the Astros and Phillies played in that World Series couple years. Did Jalen Hurts wear any Astros gear to a press conference or to a game? Jalen Hurts is from Houston.
No.
I'd like to think he's probably an Astro fan.
Well, I'd like to think he's a little smarter than to wear something like that. I mean, seriously. That just you don't do that. You can be a fan all you want to. You want to go to a game. You go to a game and well, maybe not for an athlete like that, but I mean, what if I showed up we go to Jerry World and I show up in a Titans jersey?
I mean,
that'd be all right.
Who are they playing?
The Titans.
Oh, okay. Well, if they're playing, if they're playing the Titans, I just thought, we're gonna, it's the I don't know, Cowboys and Packers, and you decided, well, I got a football shirt, let me put it on. It happens to say Titans on it.
Well,
because I always wonder why those people show up at games. Like you're wearing a jersey, and neither one of those teams are playing, and the guy you're wearing the jersey was a bust 9 years ago, yet you haven't gotten a new jersey since.
I wore Cowboys gear to the Cowboys game.
You did?
I did.
And when we went and saw the Rangers and Cardinals play, you wore St. Louis Cardinals gear.
Of course I did. See, screw the Titans. I mean, they're the team, right? But I'm not going to die on that hill. Cardinals, I'll die on any hill you want. So it doesn't matter.
You're kind of wearing Titan colors today.
Well, I kind of am, but I thought it was appropriate.
You thought it was appropriate.
Yeah.
Why did you think you're going to play pickleball today? So let me find some sky blue half zip to put on with my white belt.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I had nothing loud. Yeah. If, I look like one guy over here, he's got a headband on, or not a headband, more of a, what do you call it? It's not a headband. It's a,
and he
covers his whole head.
Yeah. Sure.
It's a scarf thing. It covers his whole head. Now, look, somebody, I'm assuming this is Ryan or Pledge, put this up on the YouTube page, and it shows Jalen Hurts in an Astros sweater.
Good. I'm glad he did.
How about that?
Go for it, man. See, that was you.
Pledge.
All right, Pledge wants all the credit in the world.
Well,
good job,
fine.
Pledge.
He should. Well, then how about you should root for the Eagles this weekend then?
Who?
You.
Why?
Well, Jalen Hurts is an Astros fan.
Screw that guy. He's not my quarterback.
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, but
don't you Astros people stay together?
When it comes to the Astros, sure. Astros people.
So you would make nice with Jalen Hurts if you guys were at an Astros game cheering for the Astros?
Jalen Hurts, we apparently have one team in common. I don't like where he went to colleges, and I don't like his NFL team. Probably don't like his basketball team, but we could agree on the Astros.
No, that's good for you. I'm glad you guys are buddies now, and I'm happy. I know who you're rooting for this weekend.
Yeah,
Philadelphia all the way. Jason Minix is an Eagles fan.
Whoa! Bite your tongue. Bite your tongue. We'll make picks tomorrow, and I might be picking them, but rooting for them are two very different things. It's kind of like the championship game up Monday night. Monday, of course, we're going to be live at the Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road, getting ready for Ohio State and Notre Dame. Not a fan of either team. I like Marcus Freeman a hell of a lot more than I like Ryan Day, and I hope Notre Dame can make that game competitive. But I'm not a fan of Notre Dame by any stretch of the imagination. But who I pick and who I root for might be two very different teams, because I think Ohio State wins, but I don't want them to. So I'd be rooting against them. But when we make our picks, because there's bragging rights on the line, I have to pick with my brain and not my heart.
Dude, let me tell you something. This is a tough game for me because I don't like either one.
Yeah.
But I think my disdain for Notre Dame is worse than Ohio State. So
what is your disdain for Notre Dame? Why do you hate Notre Dame?
It's a good question.
Who hates Notre Dame more, you or Rob Thompson?
I don't know about
because Rob Thompson
disdain.
said this morning that he hates them so much he hopes they get drilled like 62-17.
I just don't know why. There's a lot of reasons, I guess. Can
you name one?
They're independent. They got their own TV network.
All right, jealousy.
They're arrogant. It's just an arrogant university,
which seems like it'd be perfect for you. That's right in your alignment.
Which I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Okay.
Hard to explain.
Fair enough. You just know it's there.
It's there.
I see those like Brussels sprouts.
I
just
see
know
those
you don't like them.
Gold helmets, and I go,
like Brussels sprouts.
No, I like Brussels sprouts.
Oh, good, of course you do.
Brussels sprouts are fine.
That sounds like such a Notre Dame kind of
not a problem.
Side dish.
It's perfectly fine.
Ugh. Spurs were not last night. What the hell happened to the Spurs last night? Man.
Same thing that's been happening all year.
Except the other night against the Lakers.
Well, there are exceptions.
I mean, it's just the roller coaster that we're going to have to apparently deal with in this stretch run. Let's talk about the Spurs and that loss last night. Coming up here on the Blitz, live at the King of Paddle downtown at 314 Nolan Street here on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star. You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle. Let's do it again. We're going to play the Grizzlies. They're 0-1 in the last one. Let's see if they can take Ja down.
And it's a football Friday. We got 4 big NFL playoff games to discuss. We'll dig into them deep. It's the Morning Huddle. Be here at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC now recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text PECK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text PEC to 321-321. That's PECK to 321-321.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC now recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
My wife and I always loved doing everything together. Jiu-jitsu, kayaking, and intimacy was always on point. It was around my early 30s when I noticed a downward trend. Watching a lot of TV, putting on weight, and just full of self-doubt. I had tried another men's clinic with disappointing results. It's the personalized treatment I receive at Revive Men's Health that has been the complete game changer for me. I've got my energy and motivation back. I'm feeling stronger than I did in my 20s, and it made me a much better husband to my wife.
I'm Nicole Chrysler, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. If you are always feeling tired or moody, have a difficult time sleeping, or decreased libido, you may be suffering from low testosterone.
Book your free T-check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health San Antonio at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down!
Oh, yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with her drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We are live at the King of Paddle downtown, a pickleball and paddle club. Paddleball club. Come down. You can hang out here March 22nd. Papa Roach and Rage Against the Machine are going to be at the Frost Bank Center. And we're giving away a pair of tickets today. All you got to do is come down here and get registered. Find Nick Trey, which is easy. He's right by the snack bar where you would expect him, and he'll get you registered.
That wasn't called for, was it, Minix? Come on.
What do you mean?
What are you saying about Nick?
He's right by the snack bar.
Oh,
I mean, it's not like he's. Right by the snack bar.
I think he's checking out some of that swanky pickleball gear.
It was all for female
and clothing.
What are you saying, Joe? That was uncalled for. HR line 3.
Love you, Nick.
Inappropriate, sir.
Inappropriate.
HR line 4.
Dude, I tell you what, this is there's a kid playing in this court over here, Minix.
Yeah.
In the paddleball court.
The red shirt?
Who is a pro.
Yeah, that dude is
I mean, I don't know how old he is. What would you say? 14, 15?
Maybe.
Dude is good.
Well, and who he's playing against, that guy's got a lot of power.
Yeah, he does.
And so watching the kid in the red shirt play the ball off the glass, it's pretty incredible. You and I didn't do anything close to what that guy was doing.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, not even close to what that guy was doing.
No.
It's certainly very impressive to say the least, but it looks a lot of fun. The power that these guys have in playing paddleball.
They're getting violent out there.
Well, it's not violent. It's,
Well, I mean, I don't know. That was a big overhand.
Put one of those radar guns on the ball speed.
Well, that was one of the guys over there is a guy that was coached us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a guy from Argentina. He coached us.
Yeah, well,
and he's the coach out here. He is the resident coach for paddleball.
And he gave us a quick lesson, and we need more.
Yeah, don't let that inhibit your ability to come out here and hang with us and play. The guy's pretty good. I would imagine he's probably like a golf pro. You know, he gives lessons.
That's exactly what it is.
Sure.
But you're seeing all kind of skill levels. See, like these guys over here on this court playing pickleball, we could go hang out with those guys after the show and play and be able to compete at that level.
Yeah, those guys are
yeah.
I'm not going to say they're not good, but they're not good.
Well, they're hitting the ball all over the place just like we were.
Yeah, exactly. So
and again, a couple of cold beers over there, they're having a good time.
Well, that's what it's all about. So you can do that too. You know, you just want to come out and hang out for a little bit. They got a sports bar here. They got all kinds of beer in there. They make drinks. Yeah. I was told the Carajillo is good here. You ever had a Carajillo, Minix?
I know.
Dude, they're fantastic. It's perfect after the dinner drink. It's like a mix. You mix coffee and whiskey, so you get up, you get down, and you're up, but you feel good, and it's a perfect after dinner drink.
All right,
it's fantastic.
Does it matter what kind of dinner?
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
Carajillo's good anytime.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
And what I was told from the manager, that they make the best here.
They make the best.
That's what she said.
I mean, that's her drink of choice.
That's what she said.
She actually offered that before our show.
Yeah.
So an after lunch drink.
After lunch drink.
Yes.
It might be after the show drink.
Well, I tell you what, man, the Spurs are making us all need to drink more.
I'm telling you, man.
You know, with the roller coaster game that last night was so disappointing because it felt like they had that game despite a disastrous third quarter. I don't know what the hell they were doing, but they got outscored in that third quarter 43-25. Outscored in the fourth 35-27, but they were within a couple of points late in the fourth quarter, and then it's 129-115. I mean, I realize the Grizzlies can score at will. They're hard to stop. But the Spurs offense just completely fell off in that second half.
I just don't understand it. It's a pattern, too. I mean, yeah, anything can happen in one game. But the second halves, and especially the fourth quarters, have just been a disaster for the Spurs this year. They just have not played well. And for whatever reason, I don't know what's going on. You got a 12-point lead going into the halftime locker room. You got to feel pretty good about yourself, and you need to come out, and we need to extend this lead and play better. But for whatever reason, they relax. Or I'd say relax. They don't make the adjustments that are necessary, or whatever the case may be. But it's just been a pattern. This is not a 1 or 2 game thing. It's been a pattern all season long.
And again, Devin Vassell afterwards, Captain Obvious, why they fell off in the second half.
I mean, we knew the game plan, and we executed in the first half and kind of fell off a little bit in the second half. And like I said, it was whether we were missing shots, we were turning the ball over, and they were just going in transition. So that's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Yeah. You got to make shots, and that's the problem. I don't know how many threes the Spurs shot last night, what their percentage was. But
16 of 43, 37%. Now, it was a weird game from the get-go. And if you were there at the very beginning, on the opening tip, they called Vic for a foul. And it was just one of those games from there. Just re-jump it. Why would you call a foul that early on Vic? He finishes 5 of 19. Dude did have a first half block party. He finished with 8 blocks, but all of those in the first half, but only 13 points. Not a good shooting game for Vic. Great defensive game for Vic. Not a great shooting game. And Devin said last night, since they get the Grizz again tomorrow night here at the Frost Bank Center, he's looking for a nice bounce-back game from Wemby.
Nobody in the league can guard Vic. That's 100%. And, Vic, how many blocks did he have today?
8.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm excited to see how Vic bounces back from this game. I feel like every single time he has a game where he feels like he doesn't play his best, he always comes out and has one of those games. So I'm excited to see how he bounces back.
And I'm sure he will. I think Devin's exactly right. He'll play better. But Memphis is a good team, and John Morant is incredible. Did you see the dunk that didn't count?
Yeah, thank goodness it didn't count, although it still should have been one of the Sports Center top 10
well,
plays.
It's certainly a poster that Wemby doesn't want any part of, that's for sure. It just shows the incredible athleticism of John Morant. to not only climb the ladder the way he did, but somehow, some way get that ball to go in the basket was just incredible. And they're a good basketball team. They are. And the Spurs need to beat teams like that, especially at home, especially when you have a 12-point lead at halftime.
And again, Memphis now 26-15 on the year. They move up to third in the standings. With the loss, the Spurs drop down to 12 at 19-20. They were at 10. So you look at, we're 3 weeks away from the trade deadline. Rob Thompson from the Morning Huddle has a video up on SA Sports Star's Instagram at SA Sports Star. And I agree with Rob to a degree. We got to do something, right? But can the Spurs do something to add some toughness to this team? Because they need that. Maybe another big. But do you want to be a playoff team this year? And I guess the front office has to decide that. This year, are we chasing the playoffs? And if you are, you've got to make a trade. But you don't necessarily need to do one of those big blockbuster type trades and all the assets that the Spurs have, all those draft picks that they've got stored up. But if you're going to make a run, make a run. I mean, do we want to waste another year of Wemby? I would like to see this team get into the playoffs and get that first playoff experience for Wemby and for Castle. Some of those guys get that under their belts. I mean, quite frankly, all of these guys, it's been so long since we've been in the playoffs. Keldon has no playoff experience. Vassell has no playoff experience because this team right now feels like it's good enough to maybe get in. Losses like last night or what some of the others on this road trip, because they really should have 4 or 5 more wins. They should be up around 5-6 as opposed to at 12. Do you make a move with the deadline coming, even if it's small move, but do something to help this team while also looking ahead to the future?
If you don't do something to help this team, it's malpractice. The Spurs are, 2.5 games out of the 6th spot.
Yeah.
So what are you waiting for? Are you not chasing the playoffs now? Why would you not chase the playoffs now? It makes absolutely no sense. No sense at all if they don't do anything at the trade deadline. To me, that is absolute malpractice. You've got to go out and try and make a move somehow to improve this team. They need shooting help. They need toughness help. I agree with that completely, but they need something. And you cannot waste this young man again, another year of just mediocrity, because that's all they are right now. I mean, they're 19-20 and could very well be 25 and whatever the math adds up to. They have blown games that they should have won. And you get this team some help, and you do it now, and you make a deal with all the stuff that they've got stored up for what?
Well, that's it.
For what?
Do you want to spend that capital
Yes.
now? And I do. I agree with Rob. Although if you can make a deal that's a blockbuster, then you do that. I think the Spurs have a lot of options. What they can't do is just stand pat and say we're going to keep all those picks up there on the shelf and, not skip steps and trust the process and all the other crap that we've heard the last several years.
When did Jason Garrett start coaching this team?
Well, exactly. All right, guys. I mean, that's what I'm looking at, because you're right. I mean, Spurs could be 24-16, something like that right now, and they're not. They could be a playoff team. Are they going to go after and chase the playoffs this year? And with that, they've got to make a move at the deadline, whether it's a departure of some current guys or if it's just picks. But they need to do something. This team, maybe it's more ahead of schedule than the Spurs thought, maybe more than I thought. I mean, I thought they'd be about a 500 team this year and be good enough to get into the play-in. They're playing better than a 500 team, even though their record is 19-20, and we are what your record is. I get all that crap, but they can make a move and chase the playoffs this year. And man, look like you're taking a step forward.
Well, again, why wouldn't you? And here's my problem: if you don't make a move, Chris Paul's not going to be here next year.
Probably not.
All right, he's not going to be. Harrison Barnes, maybe not, but he's not a part of your long-term future. He's not. So start building that. Are you or Spurs fans? And I'm curious, Spurs fans, what do you think? Because are we just content to sit back and, well, they know what they're doing in Spursville, and we're just going to sit back and take whatever they say as gospel? Look, I don't think Kellen Johnson is the future of this program either. And I just think you've got to start thinking about the future. Right now is right now. And yeah, the Spurs have an opportunity to make the playoffs, but what do you do now? How do you improve this team moving forward? You're hoping that the magical year of 2025 is going to solve all of your problems? I mean, it's time to start making some moves, even if it is not something that is blockbuster, but start thinking about the future a little bit and let's go. Because quite frankly, when you look at the standings, if everybody was hoping that Atlanta would suck this year, well, guess what? The East sucks. So the good chance that Atlanta's not going to suck, and that pick that you're hoping you would have 2 first-round picks and maybe one, get the number 1 pick for the flag sweepstakes, probably is not going to happen. Or the chances of it happening or not. Start being aggressive, making some moves, and let's get this team back where it needs to be.
On Twitter, at Bear Apparel tweets at Joe Reinagle 210, at Synergenics. Spurs won't make any moves due in part to not wanting to admit failure of the development program. They will indeed continue to draft rookies to their detriment. I don't know if I agree with that or not. I do think they have moved on from some guys that they drafted that just quite frankly didn't work out for a variety of reasons, but there is some belief in some of the others. But at the same time, I don't think some of the moves they didn't make 2-3 years ago, just keep working with those guys that they drafted, is because they were saving this capital for what we have now. And if that's the case, I mean, you've been socking all that money away. Now's the time to invest in the future of this program and get it back to the championship days of Tim, Tony, and Manu and winning rings. I mean, it was odd last night seeing, well, I guess not odd is the bad word, but Tony Parker sitting courtside last night, and we know he was in L.A., and he'll be with the team as they go off to Paris. And you see Tim at games and Manu at games and, those guys with rings. We need to get back to that. And they've got the assets to do it. 3 weeks before the trade deadline, I want to see them make a move.
Well, look, I'll say it again, and I'll say it, and people can be upset or not. You don't put a winning team on the floor. Wemby is gone. He will leave San Antonio. I promise you it will happen. This young man wants to win. He doesn't want to develop his entire career. He wants to win. And if it's not going to get done here in San Antonio, he will leave. I guarantee it. Get it done, Spurs management. Start building this team and stop just putting draft picks in the closet. Let's use them. And let's improve this basketball team.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, live downtown at a place called the King of Paddle, a pickleball and paddleball destination club. I mean, it's got all kinds of stuff. We're here for 2 more hours. Come downtown. 314 Nolan Street is the address. Hang out with us. Have a beer, play pickleball or paddleball, or just have a beer and heckle Reinagle. You could do all of that here on this Thursday afternoon. Try to get a photo with grumpy-ass Greg Shelton. See the white belt. We got it all here for you at the King of Paddle. When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available for you for both residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my house through the years. They do fantastic work and have for over 3 decades. Family-owned, Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. They have the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. So it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done. Whether it's at the office or at your house, call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074. 404-9074, or go online, hill-electric.com.
Writing 281 with the sportstar.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Ricky, would you like to rap at the Testicle Festival? Can you give me a little rap?
You want me to spit a rap?
Yeah, I want you to spit a rap.
About balls? Yo, Testicle Festival. It's like an extraterrestrial. Widen my eyes when I see them calf fries.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC now recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
On Super Sunday, you could be the crunch time hero. PorkRinds.com is bringing you a game-changing twist to your big day because it's also Pork Rind Appreciation Day. The crispy, crunchy, crave-worthy snack you love deserves its moment. PorkRinds.com is celebrating by giving you a chance to win tickets to the 2026 big game in Santa Clara. Enter at PorkRinds.com and become your own crunch time hero. This Super Sunday, make sure your snack game is on point. Celebrate Pork Rind Appreciation Day. Get in on the action at PorkRinds.com.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down!
Oh, yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with the drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
What's up, football fans? BetMGM is giving you the chance to win up to $250,000 in bonus bet credits. It's all part of BetMGM's longest touchdown jackpot, where you could be able to split the grand prize with anyone else who bet on the longest touchdown of the week. Log into your BetMGM account today and opt into the promo. Then place an anytime touchdown wager of $10 or more on the player of your choice, up to one player per game. If your player scores the longest touchdown of the week, you'll win a share of the $250K in credits. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. BetMGM's longest touchdown jackpot subject to rules. See BetMGM.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are unrestricted rewards credits that expire in 7 days in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hey guys, it's AJ from the Morning Huddle. Between us, when you hit a certain age, things start to feel a little off, right? You're tired all the time, your energy's low, maybe even your drive isn't what it used to be. And a lot of that comes down to testosterone. And trust me, it can happen to the best of us. That's where Game Day Men's Health comes in. They know how we feel and they make it easy. Game Day Men's Health is over there on Bassey Road across from the quarry. Their office has a relaxed man cave vibe, and they've built a 3-step process that's quick and designed just for us. First, get your T levels checked. Free testosterone test at their in-house lab. Then you meet with a licensed provider to create a customized plan. And finally, you'll get those fast weekly treatments. After a month, you're going to notice a difference. More energy, better mood, and a kick in your libido. Don't settle. Be the best version of yourself. Call Game Day Men's Health, 210-900-3691. That's 210-900-3691. Feel better, be better at Game Day.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Here is a crazy story. Chip Brown of Horns 247 is reporting that Quinn Ewers received an $8 million NIL offer to transfer from Texas. Doesn't say what team that was, but Quinn opted instead to go to the NFL. And according to Ed Warder of WFAA TV in Dallas, Colorado head coach Deion Sanders would almost certainly accept if Jerry Jones offers the head coaching job.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Along with Joe Reinagle, I'm Jay Synergenics. On a Thursday afternoon, we're downtown at the King of Paddle, 314 Nolan Street, pickleball, paddleball, sport club. There is a bar, all kinds of stuff. Now, we were down here and we got some training earlier from a coach, and we realized we need a lot more help. Aaron joining us now, the director of operations here at the King of Paddle. And I guess we got to start with the obvious. We were told earlier it's actually called Padel.
It's Padel here in the United States and Paddle in the Spanish community.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, really? So in the Spanish community, it's paddle.
Paddle.
Okay.
It's just a pronunciation. It's either way, just for everybody to understand it.
Okay, I got you.
So if I say King of Paddle, that's okay?
Oh, you're fine.
I'm fine.
Totally fine.
I just want to be right. This place is so cool, man. The idea, like I want to play pickleball. I've played a couple of times. I've never seen paddleball before. I don't know if I can handle that. But the idea that you've combined both in this massive warehouse space, this is genius.
Well, thank you very much. Yes, paddle is actually a new sport here that we're trying to bring into United States, and obviously pickleball is the fastest growing sport here in the United States right now. So yeah, we came up with the idea to combine both of them, as paddle is the fastest growing sport in the world and pickleball in the United States. So that's what we're trying to create, a great community here, and especially here in San Antonio, Texas.
Well, we were told earlier from some folks over here that paddleball, they've been playing since they were kids, especially like in Argentina and places like that. It's been around for a long time. Who knew? And it's just now coming here to the United States, I guess, or has it been around a while?
It has been a good while, as I'm Spanish myself. So actually, I saw this sport growing 30 years ago in Spain, and it just started like here in the United States, step by step. And then it came into a big community, and now it's the main sport right there in Spain. So that's the baby steps that we want to do here in the United States as well, especially with the tennis community, pickleball community, and paddle community.
And indoor, so weather is never a factor. And King of Paddle, you guys have this location, which has been open for a short time, but San Diego, I hear Long Beach is coming, some other major cities. So I mean, you're going across the entire country here with this concept.
Well, we're trying to do that, and hopefully as we keep growing, everybody supports us in the best way that they can. Yeah.
Well, a lot of folks like it. I mean, obviously, a lot of people out here playing either pickleball or paddleball today. And you guys have a big tournament coming up this weekend. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we try to do events every month and a half. So we try to invite all the community, especially we have also followers in Spain, Mexico, Argentina. So we also do USPA tournaments. So they're official here in the United States. And yeah, that's what we try to create, like a big tournament. So everybody comes down here, has a great time. We'll also have food trucks outside, also a lot of sponsors. And yeah, it's I have my head coach, his name is Adrian. I think you were talking to him before. So he's organizing it all with all the support of the team. I actually want to thank them all because they're doing a great job. And yes, it's going to be hopefully a big bomb.
Yeah, well,
I invite everybody actually to come out and check it out. Like, if you don't know about the sport, it's a player to watch.
So Saturday and Sunday, if you want to play, and it's both pickleball and paddleball, correct?
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah.
And so if you're a pickleball player, and even if they've never been here, you can come down here and get in the tournament, right? You're guaranteed 3 or 4 matches?
Yeah, you're guaranteed. Also, we need to know on what category are you going to be in, because
amateur.
Yeah,
I saw it.
Amateur. Well, there we go. Yeah. Well, there's also amateur categories. So yeah, you will be put in there, and then we'll tell you the times through an app, what time you're going to be playing at. So everybody will be on the same page on that.
That sounds fantastic, and just seeing the people that are out here having a lot of fun. You guys, you have memberships that people can come in if they want to play, and monthly stuff. Tell us a little bit.
Yeah, we came up with that because also we are a new club here in San Antonio, so we also have to go very easy with that. So as now we're growing, I think we're close enough to 4 months now here in San Antonio. So we started creating for regulars, now that we start to get to know each other, memberships like a silver, golden, that's on the pickleball side, and we also have the paddle. So it depends on how much time you come to here to play. Like, we want to make you more comfortable and also more affordable.
Well, and again, you've got the bar, you got beer. So that's why that's why I like pickleball, right? I don't have to run a lot, and I can drink beer. Right? Is that why pickleball is just taken over?
Well, I guess so. Like, I'm actually starting the pickleball myself, so I'm actually enjoying it. And yeah, I do actually have quite a few beers after that myself. And also, we have a good room full of TVs where we're trying to spot out there like all the NFL games, football, anything that we can come across, and just show it here for the clients.
Dude, I got to tell you, those are the best looking dartboards I've ever seen. You guys just put that. Y'all were putting them in as we showed up today.
I think we're gonna have a game after because nobody has used them yet.
I think we should. We got to break them in, right?
Of course, yeah.
We got to break them in. Those are the best looking dartboards I've ever seen. I'm not kidding. They're fantastic.
Hey, Aaron's looking at it like, come on,
it's
dude.
Like, dude, act like you've been here before.
I mean, they are cool looking. I mean,
really are.
I'll say that for people that want to get into pickleball, because like I'm watching like this paddleball right here. Those guys are insane with what they're doing. That's intimidating. Pickleball isn't. For somebody that's like, man, I want to go try. If they walked in and they saw what was going on in that court, how do you get them over that intimidation to just get out there and try it?
Well, I have to say, like, obviously you're watching an advanced game. So I'm saying I'm going to defend here the other side as well. Like, if you actually watched an advanced pickleball game, you would be impressed as well. So I have to say both sports are very intimidating, to be honest.
But if you're just starting out, it's still a perfect place to come and learn how to play the game. And you're going to get better the more you play,
we have a whole team here. Everybody is committed with the club. And I also recommend everybody to come out here. We have all types of events every week with other corporations and people that want to fundraising. So everybody that wants to start, we also push them in in the court, like, hey, come on, try. And I'm the first one to jump into court with them.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Aaron, appreciate you having us out today. Getting Reinagel onto a court. I kicked his ass earlier.
No, that's not true.
I'm sorry I missed that one.
There's video actually of it on our Instagram.
It says I broke the rules.
Sports.
I don't know what he's talking about.
He was in the kitchen and it didn't bounce. That's that's an illegal hit.
Okay.
Yeah. And Reinegel's normally not in the kitchen ever anywhere, but he was there. That was the only point he scored against me.
I guess there are no rules is what applies here, isn't
Aaron, it was a hell of a shot. I tell you what, you would have been impressed, okay?
I wish it was on video.
Actually, it is.
That one is. When we were playing paddleball, none of that is on video, and I think that's probably good. I made him run.
Yeah. No, that paddleball's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. I did.
Yeah, I would like to welcome in anybody that wants to keep coming out here now that we are in live, and I would like to just invite anybody that wants to check it out now. And please I'm trying to do my best here to create a nice community downtown here in San Antonio, so I would appreciate all the help as possible.
Absolutely. And again, the tournament this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, there are TVs all over, so you're not going to miss any of the NFL playoff action this weekend. And did I mention they have cold beer here?
They do,
so
yes.
They got everything you need, and it's indoors. So even if it's cold, although this weekend should be nice, but it's indoors, so that's even better.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Even better. Aaron,
we got new heaters here, so no worries about
Perfect.
that.
No worries. Perfect. Aaron, thank you so much for having us out.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
He is Aaron, the Director of Operations here at the King of Paddle. Again, they've got their big tournament this weekend. Lots of things happening here this afternoon. Come have a beer with us. Check this place out. It is incredible. Again, with all the pickleball courts and the paddleball courts. And again, you're not going to miss any of the NFL playoff action.
No.
And you think about the 4 games that we have this weekend. The 2 on Saturday, the 2 on Sunday. Let's dive into all of them coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, tomorrow we are going to be out at the Round Table Pizza location out at Stone Oak. And I'm looking forward to that because if Round Table Pizza is fantastic pizza. They brought a bunch of pizza to the station the other day, and I tell you what, it was gone before you knew it. It's just a unique design pizza. They actually have toppings that are all the way to the end. There's no crust there that you can see, although there's crust there, but there's toppings up there as well. It's a unique design to a pizza. It's all made from scratch dough, 3 cheese blend, and it's really a perfect pizza, and it's tasty as well. And right now, at Round Table Pizza, they have a new pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza. Yeah, all those toppings together. It's only available for a limited time, but right now you can enjoy a large pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza for only $19.99 at participating locations. You can pair that pizza with some of their great shareables like crispy mozzarella sticks, spicy jalapeno poppers, or golden potato wedges, the perfect bite to complement your meal. If you want to find the nearest location, it's easy to do. All you have to do is order for pickup or delivery. Head to roundtablepizza.com. roundtablepizza.com. And again, we're going to be live, the Blitz, from 2 to 6 tomorrow at the Round Table Pizza location there in Stone Oak. Come join us. But why don't you enjoy a nice pizza from Round Table Pizza tonight? Again, go to roundtablepizza.com.
Rise and hot! South Texas, home of the college football playoff national championship, is 94-1 San Antonio Sports Star. After 10 games that started back on December 20th, only one is left. Number 7 Notre Dame versus the highly favored number 8 seed Ohio State. The college football playoff national championship, Monday at 5:30. Brought to you by Ewald Kubota, The Break Room Bar, and Smoky Mo's Barbecue on South Texas' first FM sports station, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 at Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
SA Card House is San Antonio's premier card house located at 281 in Bitters. They've got tournaments going every single day and cash games going 24/7. You can't beat the vibes, you can't beat the food, and you can't beat the money you can make out at SA Card House. I'll see you on the tables.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-319-3687. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-319-3687. 800-319-3687. 800-319-3687.
Hi, I'm Manny Jr. from Rock's Discount Vitamins. If you're looking to build muscle, strength, and boost athletic performance, check out our huge selection of anabolic pro-hormones. These powerful supplements provide your body with essential nutrients for muscle growth, faster recovery, fat loss, and even improved bone health and libido. Visit one of our 12 San Antonio locations or go online at rocksdiscountvitamins.com to learn more. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support. rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
Transform your water with Kinetico. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. Offer ends soon.
Call 656-PURE Kinetico.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
San Antonio sports star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jay Synergenics. We're downtown on this Thursday at the King of Paddle, 314 Nolan Street. And we continue to learn more about paddleball and pickleball. Paddleball scoring is like tennis because this match that we've been watching, very intense, high level. It's been going on for a while, and I'm like, when does it end? And then Aaron, who we talked to earlier, the director of operations, and I got to tell you a story about this guy. Oh, yeah. He was like, it's like tennis. So Aaron was a rugby player.
Rugby player.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was like, oh, yeah, I was a little nervous there. But, you know, like when I was playing rugby over there, you're out there on a field in a bikini doing it. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, rugby and in a bikini? But, you know, you want to see pictures? Nah, dude, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Rugby players and bikinis, man. Some things you just don't think go together.
Dude, rugby's it's a fun sport to watch. I'm sure it's a fun sport to play.
I mean, yeah, violent. You know, but I don't know what the hell he means. I mean, I guess terminology. They're little onesies. He calls it a bikini.
All right. Hey, why not? Yeah, I don't care what people are into. It's up to them, right?
You do care what people are into. You know. And there's another, Nina was telling us, who works here, who was teaching us how to play pickleball earlier, about a tournament they've got coming up around Valentine's Day.
Yeah, February 15th. It's a Saturday. And, and this is all pickleball.
Yeah, pickleball.
Now, Nina runs pickleball tournaments.
There's competition here between the paddle types and the pickle types.
I think so, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because Nina got really competitive. She came over and said, "Hey, you need to talk about this."
Yeah,
I said, I'll be happy to.
When we were playing paddleball, I mean, she's like, here's some pickleball rackets. And then she gave you like the most expensive pickleball racket there is, and it didn't help your game.
So, well, yeah, but you know, I could feel the difference. It's like having a fine piece of equipment in your hands. But there's and I don't I don't know what this means. And we're going to have to ask Nina what this means, but you can compete in 3.0, 3.5, or 4.0 plus divisions.
Well, those are your scoring. It's like your handicap in golf.
Okay, well, it's a co-ed tournament.
Yeah.
Let you play with whoever you want to play with. You can partner up with a male, a female, or anyone you choose. Grab your partner or friend and compete. Again, it's February 15th out here at the King of Paddle, 314 Nolan Street. You can email Nina at thekingofpaddle.com. And paddle is spelled P-A-D-E-L, by the way.
So, Padel.
Yeah,
she was the one correcting us on that.
She did correct us on that.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Nina was great.
Nina is great. She's great. All the people out here are really nice.
This place is a blast.
Really nice. Now, Bob Flores on our YouTube page wanted to see the location. So if you haven't, I showed it once, but I'm going to turn my camera around. I'm going to turn my camera around so you can kind of see what they have here. And if you're watching on YouTube today, this is what it is. They got all the pickleball courts are on the left-hand side, and then there's 6 paddleball courts that go all the way down. This place is huge. It's ginormous. It really is big. So you see people playing pickleball over there. You got paddleball on the right-hand side. It's just a really cool place. So there you go, Bob, just for you, my friend. Wanted to show you, and everybody else is watching on YouTube. And if you can get to YouTube, you can check it out as well. Leave it up for a little while.
I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit too here. Hang on.
All right.
Because my angle here where that intense paddleball game is going on.
You want to show that?
Well, somebody is going to, yeah, exactly. You're on camera now.
Yes, you are.
But somebody's going to recognize somebody playing in this very intense paddleball game.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to say somebody with a keen eye is going to figure out who over there is, holy crap, that guy's there playing paddleball.
Yes, exactly right.
And we were talking to him earlier. He's been playing paddleball since he was a kid.
A kid.
Yeah,
a kid in Argentina.
Yeah.
And so he's been playing a long time, so he's pretty good at it. But I hate to say this because watching him play and perform at any kind of sporting event is a lot of fun. But he's getting his butt kicked by a bunch of high school kids over here.
You know, you say that, and you're right. I mean, that kid in the red shirt's incredible.
The kid in the red shirt is fantastic. He's good.
That guy is insane. But yeah, there's a lot going on over there, and that match is it over?
They're leaving the court, or are they taking a break?
Might be. Maybe they're taking a break.
Wear the old man out.
Yeah.
Oh, look at them. They go sit on the bench. So maybe it is a bit of a timeout here at the King of Paddle. Let's talk about the NFL playoff games this weekend, and we'll get really into them tomorrow on a Football Friday. Again, tomorrow we'll be up at Round Table Pizza, 281 and Stone Oak. It is interesting when you look at the 4 games this weekend. The Sunday matchups just seem so much better than the Saturday matchups. When you think about, I think both Sunday games could be close games, just great battles. I think Detroit just destroys Washington, and Houston is the big who knows question, because part of me thinks Kansas City, if they get on a roll, it's going to be cold outside. Kansas City could run them out of the building. But then again, Kansas City isn't running anybody out of the building this year.
They're not running anybody out of the building. That's why I think Houston's going to have a chance. If they can take this game into the fourth quarter, it's close. I think they're going to have an opportunity to pull off the upset. Look, at some point in time, Kansas City's going to lose, right? I mean, they're not. Now, quite frankly, secretly, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if they three-peated. Nobody's ever done that. But I think tomorrow's game is going to be a little closer than most folks think, and I just don't see Kansas City blowing Houston out. I think Kansas City wins the game, but I don't think they blow them out.
One of the things, and again, the weather is just going to be awful. And you can make the argument that it doesn't matter. Guys have played in the cold and not every, but when you have a team built indoors and plays indoors, when they go outside in bad weather, bad things tend to happen.
That's true.
But one of the things that I think will work into the favor of the Houston Texans, it's been 3 weeks since most of the stars for Kansas City have played in a game. How long will it take them in that cold weather for an older player like a Travis Kelce to find the rhythm? And I think with Kansas City, it could go either way. I mean, they might just come out and be sharp as hell because they've had all that kind of rest. But if they're a little out of sync early with some 3 and outs and the Texans can get an early lead, they might be in for another upset. Can you see the Texans team that played a week ago against the Chargers? Can that team show up, which we haven't really seen most of the year, but in the biggest moment so far, they did show up.
I tell you what, that Houston Texans team that played last week was incredible. They played good football on both sides, and they're going to need that effort again to beat Kansas City. Look, Kansas City, no matter what they did in the regular season, it really matter? Because they have another gear when it comes to the playoffs. I mean, let's just be honest about it. They do. Their stars show up. Patrick Mahomes will be Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce's going to show up. They've got a running game. They've got receivers. Their defense. Chris Jones said earlier this week that he has not felt this good all season. The rest did him so much good. Chris Jones, obviously, is the one that C.J. Stroud doesn't want to see hanging all over him all day. So it's going to take a monumental effort for Houston to beat Kansas City. It is. So we'll see. Are they up to the task or are they not? Only time will tell.
Well, and again, when you look at Houston, are they playing with house money? And if they're playing with house money going into this game, then they're going to show up loose, and generally a team like that plays well. If they don't feel like, to a degree, they're playing with house money and everything is tight and they're puckered up and they're trying to play perfect football, then they're going to get their ass kicked. Yeah. I mean, this is such a weird game to handicap, if you will, because I could see Houston pulling an upset. I'd be surprised, but, every playoff weekend, I always ask the question, there's always going to be an upset. Not everything's going to go chalk. Last week, were they going to be the team that pulled the upset, or was it going to be Washington? It was, Houston upset the Chargers. Most everybody picked the Chargers to win that game. I think people were split on Tampa Bay and Washington. This weekend, I mean, is Washington going to upset Detroit? No. Right? Bills and Ravens, I don't know that you could call either of those being an upset. And a lot of the things that I just said about Houston all apply to the Rams having to go play a cold weather game outdoors against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Rams are an indoor team built to play indoors. And last week, they looked like it. You could see them flying around indoors, but is that going to translate outdoors against a gritty Philadelphia team?
Well, it's going to be tough, but I give the Rams a chance in that game. They're healthy as they've been all season, and they're playing well. And who the hell, Philly is going to have a tough time. Puka Nacua and Cup, that's going to be a difficult situation. The Rams have a running back now in Williams. And then Matthew Stafford is Matthew Stafford, a wily veteran, right? So I think that's going to be a hell of a football game. I really do. It would not surprise me at all if the Rams went in there and pulled off the upset. I certainly think they're going to keep that game close.
It's fun. And then Washington, Detroit, I mean, I love what Jaden Daniels has done this year, but that Detroit team is just on such a mission. And you look at some of their early games where they were just destroying people, looking like, I don't know, the Steel Knights against the Lee Volunteers. I mean, and you get a feeling it could be a game like that, but Washington is also a team that seems to be playing with house money.
Well, look, Washington overachieved. They have. I mean, that game against Tampa Bay could have gone either way. I just don't think Washington's defense has any chance at all against Detroit's offense. Their offense is going to put up, I'm going to conservatively say 28. Can Washington keep up with that? That's going to be the problem. And look, Washington doesn't even have an offense that can keep the Detroit offense off the field.
True.
They're not that style of offense. So I just think that Detroit's going to put up a lot of points, and Washington's not going to be able to keep up.
All I know is if that game is close with 2 minutes to go, Washington is going to win. Washington seems to win all their games in the final minute or on the final play. I mean, what did their Bram Weinstein, their play-by-play, the cardiac whatever's?
Cardiac Commanders.
Yeah, I mean, how many games have they won in the final minute or on the final play? So if it's close in Detroit, man, you never know, right? I mean, but I don't know that Washington will be able to keep this game close.
I just don't think they will be able to. They're not going to. That offense is too good, and they're going to score points, and Washington's not going to be able to reciprocate. That game could get ugly, and I honestly think that might be the ugliest game of the weekend.
It might. I think the best game of the weekend, and, man, I hope it lives up to the hype. Buffalo and Baltimore.
That game, I can't wait for. I may just go in the back bedroom, lock the doors, and turn off all the lights. I mean, I want to watch that game with no distraction. No distraction.
That was weird.
Well, I mean,
that was.
Why is that weird? I don't understand. Tell me why that's weird. I want to watch that game with no distractions.
So, I mean, you live, well, I mean, your wife is there, so I don't want to say you live alone. But, I mean, are you worried that the dogs are going to distract you?
They might.
They might want to go outside. I don't understand what you mean by that, man.
Well, I can't wait to watch that game, and I want to watch every second of it.
Every second of it.
Without any distractions. That's what I'm saying.
So everybody needs to call you on Sunday night.
Nobody's still, you call, the phone will be off. Yeah, you can call all you want. Doesn't matter.
And again, we'll make picks and all that good stuff tomorrow when we're live out at Round Table Pizza in Stone Oak. But you're right. The Sunday slate of games, both games, man, that's one of those. You get up early. I'm thinking maybe some ribs this weekend, but do them early so you're not having to go out to the smoker while the games are on. Maybe do some wings, but Sunday is a grazing day. Saturday, early, Texans Chiefs to be good, I hope, for a while. Detroit, watch until you go, all right, yeah, I'm going out. You know what I mean? You can be distracted in that one, unless you're a Lion or Washington fan. I get it. But, I mean, for the casual fan, I think that there's a reason it got the Saturday night slot. Like, this one could get ugly. People are going out on Saturday. It'll be on wherever you're going anyway, but you don't have to watch it intently.
Well, the deal is, Detroit is kind of everybody's team this year, right? No matter who you root for, I think there's a lot of people rooting for the Detroit Lions just because they've been so bad for so long and they've got an opportunity. So people might want to watch that, but I think most people will be rooting for the Lions for sure. And but I'm with you. I just don't think it's going to be a game into the second half. I think the I almost call them the Redskins, Minix. They're going to get boat raced on Saturday night. I'm just telling you, they are. And I will have my money where my mouth is.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points to give up, I'll tell you.
How many?
Well, it's 9.5, 10. It's a lot of points.
In a playoff game.
A lot of points.
In a playoff game.
Yes.
But that's just how good Detroit is. That's how good Detroit is.
Let me just tell you, I learned my lesson because like a fool, I bought into the whole Sean Payton, Bo Nix thing and took the points. With Denver. Last time I ever rely on Sean Payton. You got your butt kicked, Sean. Just got rolled.
Why is it when you make a bad bet, it's somebody else's fault? And when you make a bet that actually wins, as rare as it is, you're the genius.
Well, it is my fault because I fell into the trap of the greatest coach to ever live, apparently.
Nobody's ever said that but you.
Well, I'm just saying.
You're the only one that's ever said that.
I bought into the hype, and it got shoved right up my behind. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure did.
Absolutely. Man. And I see on our YouTube channel, Frank is trying to make a beer bet between you and Pledge because Pledge needs beer.
Pledge needs beer. So what is he wants me to – I like Pledge too much to make a beer bet with him on the Kansas City Texans game. But if he wants to, I will. I'll be happy to. I got no issue with that.
Well, and your debt's clear right now.
That's what I'm saying.
My wife came home the other day and saw that fresh beer in the fridge, and she was like, did you win another beer bet? Because I didn't tell her, and she didn't check the fridge, and, she goes to the store, and then she's buying beer, and it's like, yeah, there's, it's loaded up.
See, and Pledge is smarter than to make a beer bet like that. He knows it's going to be an uphill battle for his Texans.
I don't want to, sell Pledge out by any stretch of the imagination, but Pledge is very conflicted in this game because while he claims Texans, I have seen that guy wear Chiefs gear before because his best buddy, his slap fight partner, is a Chiefs fan. And, after the Texans lose, he becomes Mr. Kansas City.
Well,
and so, I mean, he, Pledge, in some ways, Pledge can't lose this weekend because he knows one of his teams is moving on.
It's unacceptable, Pledge.
Oh, I mean, he'll say no. He'll shake his head no.
Unacceptable, Pledge.
But I mean, you'll see. I mean, when we go to New Orleans and they're in the Super Bowl again, the laundry list of Chiefs gear that he wants us to get at the store for my buddy that never makes it to his buddy. I mean, Pledge is I don't want to say not quite in the closet Chiefs fan, but
is this chick on the side?
But she rides in the front seat. Takes her out in public.
All right. Takes her out in public when the wife's out of town, huh?
Even when the wife's in town. I mean, no rules.
No rules.
No rules when it comes to Pledge.
We'll see what happens. I honestly believe the Texans have a fighting chance. They just got to keep it close and be in the game in the fourth quarter, and they'll have a shot.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star down here at the King of Paddle, a pickleball and paddleball court downtown off of Nolan Street. Come hang out with us. They got a full bar. They got beers. They got food, pickleball, paddleball, darts,
TVs with all the games on. So if you're thinking about their big tournament this weekend, you won't miss any of the NFL action. And I thought it might be cold. I've got my jacket here with the 94-1 logo on it. Shelton's wearing his. Jasmine's here in hers. You need your cold weather gear, especially you think about that cold front that's coming in next week. I know it's Thursday, but if you need your logo on a jacket, a coat, you need to keep your employees warm. Make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro, because that winter gear is on display. You don't want your employees freezing their ass off outside next week when it's cold. You need to get them that winter gear, jackets, half zips, hoodies, whatever the case is. Sam can get it done for you in a hurry, because that is what Sammy does. Only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. And he's got all the big-name brands: Under Armour, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. If you need caps done, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, just waiting for your logo. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Nobody has better prices. No order too big, no order too small. All items do come with a warranty. You know it's going to be cold next week. Get that winter gear ordered. You need it for the rodeo anyway. Get that order in now. Call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
The Morning Huddle.
It's those same kids wearing 1919 Aggies championship gear.
Well, that's real.
That's real.
Oh, that's not fake. That really happened.
T-shirts weren't invented in 1919. It was like they had national championship togas.
It was the loincloth. And it really happened.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down!
Oh, yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with the drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9047. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9047. That's 800-575-9047. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
On Super Sunday, you can be the crunch time hero. PorkRinds.com is bringing you a game-changing twist to your big day because it's also Pork Rind Appreciation Day. The crispy, crunchy, crave-worthy snack you love deserves its moment. PorkRinds.com is celebrating by giving you a chance to win tickets to the 2026 big game in Santa Clara. Enter at PorkRinds.com and become your own crunch time hero. This Super Sunday, make sure your snack game is on point. Celebrate Pork Rind Appreciation Day. Get in on the action at PorkRinds.com.
What's up, football fans? BetMGM is giving you the chance to win up to $250,000 in bonus bet credits. It's all part of BetMGM's longest touchdown jackpot, where you could be able to split the grand prize with anyone else who bet on the longest touchdown of the week. Log into your BetMGM account today and opt into the promo. Then place an anytime touchdown wager of $10 or more on the player of your choice, up to one player per game. If your player scores the longest touchdown of the week, you'll win a share of the $250K in credits. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. BetMGM's longest touchdown jackpot subject to rules. See BetMGM.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are unrestricted rewards credits that expire in 7 days in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, good Lord. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix down at the King of Paddle. Come hang out with us. Paddleball, pickleball. There's people just sitting there having drinks right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Alex from our office shows up wearing a trench coat to a pickleball place.
I'm glad we're not by any schools.
I'm not sure.
You know?
I'm not sure if he knew what King of Paddle actually meant since he showed up in a trench coat.
Yeah, well, he doesn't care. You know, he rolls to his own beat. That's fine.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, Aaron, the guy we spoke to earlier here, was shooting hoops.
Yeah.
They got hoops here as well.
Yeah.
You shoot a few baskets.
There are a lot of things you can do here, although I want to go back some. Texans Chiefs coming up on Saturday afternoon in the Texans time slot. By the way, you can listen to that game right here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star and all the playoff games this weekend on 94.1, brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Gabe says Texans are playing with house money, zero pressure. They're absolutely taking this game to the fourth quarter. We'll see. Ben Brasino, though, when you said you want no distractions, none, you don't want to miss a second, wants to know if you're going to use a catheter to cut all distractions.
Well, and I responded, I said, maybe.
Which alarmed me.
Well, it's been, okay? I mean, what are you going to say? No, of course not. Nothing's going up there unless that's absolutely medically necessary.
And you ain't doing it yourself.
I'm damn sure not doing it myself. So I will find, I'll find time.
What was the because there is not a catheter, but there's something that you could put in. I forget what it's called. I mean, you could get something like that, right? The Wizinator or whatever it is, right?
Well, maybe that's appropriate. I mean, I don't know.
You know.
All I'm saying is it's like
not quite as uncomfortable as a catheter.
You know, I just hope that there's a game before that. So I hope I got to pace myself.
Lord knows you're not capable of that.
By 5:30 on a Sunday night, I'm usually doing okay.
Yeah. You on a Sunday and pacing yourself are words that just don't go together, especially in this dry January, because you've taken dry January to the extreme opposite direction.
No, I've been very good, actually.
Yeah.
I haven't done a dry January, but I've taken a few days off during the week.
Yeah. Well, exactly. There's a couple hours every day you're not drinking. Generally, you're at work or asleep.
Well, okay, sure.
But on a football weekend.
Dude. It's not happening. That's why I couldn't do dry January.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
I mean,
and if you are, God bless you. That's fantastic.
Not really.
But it's going to be cold Sunday. It's going to be really cold on Sunday.
Is it really?
Yes.
So you're not going to be out in the pool?
Well, I could be. I could be.
Oh,
it'd be fine.
Of course, you could be.
I could be. I mean, the pool is heated, so that's fine.
Is it heated enough to make a difference?
I could crank that thing up to about 105.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The problem is,
which would be great until you had to get out to
that's
pee.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Oh, now Greg Shelton just handed me something that he looked up on Walmart, I guess.
Walmart.
It's called a Sanu men's urinal pee bottle.
What?
So yeah, it's got a cup. I guess you just stick your thing in and you can pee, and it goes into a milk carton looking thing.
So it's like the bedpan deal, like in the hospital, right?
Oh no!
That looks like.
Look, it's got a cup on the end, so I'm assuming you can just stick your thing in there and pee.
I mean, you are old enough to get one of those.
Well, anybody's old enough to get one of those.
I mean, no, but you could use it for a variety of reasons, like when you're too lazy to get out of bed in the middle of the night.
Well, I got a hose with a power squirter.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, some people just have a water bottle. I mean,
I'm just saying. I mean, an empty milk carton. I can just set that there. Look, I'm not that bad. When I say that, obviously, people don't understand. A little. What do you call that? Not sarcasm, but
sarcasm, humor.
No,
self-deprecating humor.
I guess whatever. I'm going to go pee. All right, y'all. I'm not going to use a catheter or Shelton's pee bottle. I'm going to go.
The fact that he just ordered it. Yeah, Shelton just pulled out his credit card and ordered that. I mean, he's thinking this is a great idea.
I appreciate all your concern, everybody, but I will.
Greg, what is that thing called?
Get up. I just told you. It's a pee bottle.
Well, does it got a name brand?
So new.
What's the name brand? I could hear the endorsements now. Hi, I'm Joe Reinagel. I've got a small bladder and I don't like to miss any of the action. So no, do what I do and just get a pee bottle.
That's
a great idea, Jim.
But the good thing about that, or the bad thing about that cup's not big enough. And I don't hang on. I'm not bragging. The problem, it would splash all over you. Unless you can stick it in far enough.
Wait. Whoa!
You can't do that.
I mean, it can't have. It's got to be splatterproof.
Dude, have you ever peed in a bottle and you're not done yet, and that thing's about full? I mean, that's bad. You're driving down, not driving, but. This happened long time ago.
You were driving.
But yeah, no, I wasn't driving. I'm in the passenger seat. But it's like, dude, this bottle's not big enough.
That bottle better be big enough.
I don't know.
But you're right. There's some design flaws.
Right.
I could look right at this thing and say there's some design flaws.
So that could be a mess.
This is Walmart. Look and see what Target has. Let's see if they've got a better version.
Amazon.
Amazon. Although, I mean, don't go to Temu though. I mean, you don't want to get your pee bottle off at Temu.
Well, the cup's just got to be a little deeper.
Yes,
I don't want a big long thing down there.
You gotta be able to stick it in far enough where there's no splash.
Well,
coming back.
Yeah. I'm with you there. I'll tell you a story one time.
Oh boy.
You talk about what you just described. I won't name any names, but when I was doing arena football. The San Antonio Talons, we would play San Jose, the SaberCats, 2 or 3 times a year. And what I loved about Coach Lee Johnson back in the day is anytime we went west, Salt Lake City, Phoenix, San Jose, for the Saturday game, we always left on Thursday morning to get that extra day of acclimating, which meant a couple of days off for me to do things. But we stayed in a hotel in San Jose. So there is a train that runs, it's about an hour, and it runs between San Francisco and San Jose. So you get on that train and you go. Well, we were out drinking, obviously, and we get on that train and we're coming back, and it makes stops along the way. And I don't know, about 20 minutes in, one of the guys realized there's no bathrooms on this train.
Ouch.
But there was a Pepsi cup.
Yeah.
That somebody had left on the train. And let's just say that he went, and then there was a because that Pepsi cup was now overflowing.
Dude, that is the worst kind of panic.
At this point, I don't know that he cared because he wasn't going to pee himself, but he overflowed that Pepsi cup on this train from San Francisco back to San Jose.
Yeah, that's it. That's the worst kind of panic.
To his credit, though, when the train stopped at one of the stops, he did take the cup and throw it in a trash can outside.
Well, good for him.
But there was still way too much spillage, although he wasn't the first one on that train, as you can imagine, in San Francisco that had
well, who the hell has a train without a bathroom on it?
That one?
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well, it's almost like a quick shuttle. You ever been on a subway? They don't have bathrooms on subways. And that's kind of what it was.
On subways, people don't care. They pee wherever they go.
And on that train, there were people on there that would just use it. I mean, there were some people that were just asleep. And I don't know if they ever got off the train. What?
No windows you could open? And
well, he's not.
I mean,
yeah. You ever spent a summer in San Francisco? That's the coldest winter you'll ever have. I mean, no, you're not gonna fling it out the window.
So that turtle wouldn't be coming out.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Here's a picture of Joe actually modeling this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Greg Shelton actually using a microphone.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
I was young and I needed the money, Shelton. All right.
Dude, that does look like Brian Nagel in that photo. Nice robe and everything. I mean, that's pretty funny. With some assistance. I mean, it's a little alarming how many people are in that photo helping this old man pee. With his pee bottle.
Well, you still got the same problem with this one. The little cup there is not big enough.
Well, I'm guessing when you're that old, you're not worried about a strong stream. So therefore, splashback isn't an issue.
Dude, that's the worst. I'm telling you.
This has been the worst conversation. What are you talking about?
Well, I blame
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, Ben. Thanks a lot.
Uh-huh.
Well, we've solved the world's problems. And I appreciate everybody's concern about me on Sunday night watching the Buffalo Ravens game. I will take time to get up and go to the bathroom. Thank you. No catheters needed or pee bottles with small cups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Although Fred says his cousin is a truck driver, he uses a handheld pee bottle. I mean, I could see that.
Well, I don't blame those guys. They had deadlines, right? They got to get there at a certain time.
Don't you factor that into your route time? I mean, I guess, I don't know. I don't know that I've been in that situation. I've had some we got to stop now.
Absolutely, dude.
Well, that's Joe on a road trip to New Braunfels. I mean, it's going to be 2 stops.
I get the shaky leg. It's like Maggie always, you got the shaky leg. We need to stop. I mean, it's like it gets to where it's like, hey, I got to go. No. This segment brought to you by So New, the pee bottle you can trust.
It's all about, that's all about your aim, sir.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah. They claim on that label there, any problems are user error.
Yeah, no kidding.
Nothing wrong with the design. How is your aim, sir?
It's not about the aim. We've already discussed this. Aim is just fine.
I mean, it's like that game over at Six Flags with the water gun. You're trying to get the horses go. Exactly. You got to have the proper stream strength and then aim.
Yes.
You hit the target, there's no splashback.
Exactly.
Well, I got a hose with a power squirter.
John McClain will join us coming up in about 5:15, I think.
Speaking of pee bottles.
What do you think, McClain?
No.
There's a lot of people listening right now that are waiting for McClain to come on and eat crow after what he
Yes,
said about the
there is.
Texans last week. He'll join us at 5:15. Monday is the national championship game. The Blitz is going to be live out at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road, because when there's a big game, any big event, you know there's no better place to go watch than at the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. So you know all weekend the Roo Pub is going to be hopping with 2 NFL playoff games on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, then Notre Dame and Ohio State on Monday night. Get into the Roo Pub, and when you do go hungry, you know the food is fantastic. The biggest and best wings in town. About 15 different burgers on the menu, including the original Wemby burger. They even have a new bison burger on the menu there. I love the fried shrimp, the hot dogs there, appetizer, salads, and that kitchen is open late every day with a full menu available. The Roo Pub has happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC now recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
SA Card House is San Antonio's premier card house located at 281 in Bitters. They've got tournaments going every single day and cash games going 24/7. You can't beat the vibes, you can't beat the food, and you can't beat the money you can make out at SA Card House. I'll see you on the tables.
Hi, I'm Manny Jr. from Rock's Discount Vitamins. If you're looking to build muscle, strength, and boost athletic performance, check out our huge selection of anabolic pro hormones. These powerful supplements provide your body with essential nutrients for muscle growth, faster recovery, fat loss, and even improved bone health and libido. Visit one of our 12 San Antonio locations or go online at rocksdiscountvitamins.com to learn more. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support. rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. Every day, ZipRecruiter helps people who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC now recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? HIMS can help. Get started at hims.com/joy. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. Every day, ZipRecruiter helps people who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter Get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Cowboys head coaching search is underway. In fact, there are multiple interviews this week, and it all begins with Kellen Moore, the Eagles offensive coordinator, tomorrow. They have an interview with former Jets head coach Robert Saleh scheduled for Saturday. Seattle Seahawks assistant head coach Leslie Frazier on Monday. And Ed Werder of WFAA TV in Dallas is told that Colorado head coach Deion Sanders would accept if Jerry offers.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live this Thursday out at the King of Paddle downtown. 314 Nolan Street is the address, so you can just put it in your phone, King of Paddle, and it will bring you right here. Great day, paddleball, pickleball, and we've been watching paddleball, which is new to us, but people have been playing it a long time, and there's this intense match. In fact, this kid over here in the red shirt.
Yeah, this guy right here is very good.
Greg, will you go ask him, did they win or are they done? Because he by far is the best paddleball player guy here. And I want to know if the match is over and if they won. Did you guys win? You lost. You lost.
Oh man!
To that other old guy. You look like you were beating them. I mean, but the old guy wins again. It was a good match, dude. You were impressive to watch.
Yeah, very nice. Y'all can play.
And I will tell you, watching the old guy compete, all of us have watched that for years and years and years.
Yes, we have.
And years. And his competitive spirit is certainly still there. Yeah, yeah, and he got another win.
Absolutely.
Watching him play paddleball is crazy. And he was telling us earlier that he used to play back in Argentina at their basketball gym. They had a couple of paddleball courts. Now, I thought those kids were winning.
I did too. It just looked like it.
But obviously, he rallied late and he got the win.
Hey, Manu in the fourth quarter. You can't beat him.
That's
and
what
he
it was.
rallies every time. What a pleasure.
That was that girl that had her wisdom teeth pulled.
Oh,
that's a bad drop.
What a pleasure to just be able to watch that guy compete again.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, it was just so much fun just to see him out there competing. He still got that competitive fire going. And, man, he did a bad shot, and you know it. He was upset. Well, it was great. It was always great to see Manu Ginobili.
And the power.
Yes, yes.
The power and the competitive spirit certainly there. So no real surprise. The Cowboys have put in a request to interview Kellen Moore. And jokingly, I wouldn't it have been funny if the Eagles said no. Now, I honestly, I don't know if they can deny it because it's from coordinator to head coach, but it would have been funny if the Eagles would have said no. But apparently that interview by Zoom is scheduled for tomorrow. And I know we all want Deion from the hype circus level. Kellen Moore, is he the best option really for the Dallas Cowboys?
It's hard to say, Jason. Honestly, it's hard to say because Kellen's been there. He didn't fit in with Mike McCarthy. Didn't have the same thing, but he and Dak Prescott got along very well. They got along very well, and so it was just a.
No,
not at all.
You can always interrupt, man. You want headphones or just hang out a little bit? Yeah, we can get you some headphones right here.
Do you mind? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude, we heard you won.
Yeah,
see?
Exactly. Of course you won. Come on over here.
Yeah, come on
a chair over.
Yeah, get in there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, on video.
Y'all going to be very happy with this distraction, I promise you, because we love this guy.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Manu Ginobili joining us here on the Blitz after another win. Those competitive spirits there. Now, Manu, I got to ask, because we're watching you play, and you could tell when you were frustrated with the bad shot. And I thought that kid in the red shirt,
he's good.
I thought they were going to win. Right? And they said, no, man, you guys won. You rallied late.
The experience. No, they are good. They are good, and they made us run like crazy. But it's such a fun sport. Even if you always want to win and play well, but it's fun to be out there, compete a little bit, and run and be healthy and strong. And I love it. It's a sport that I played when I was a kid. Here is starting to, the first few years. But in Argentina, there was a boom in the early 90s when I was 13, 14, 15. So after basketball or before, I used to play a little bit when I had an option. So seeing that is starting to hit in the States, and there's a great group of guys to play with, it's super fun.
Well, and this place is fantastic, isn't it? To come in here and be able to play like this, regardless of what level you are, guys like you can play really competitive. If you're just starting out, you can do that as well. This is a great place.
No, it's an amazing setup. They've done a great job. There's already a couple other clubs also where you can play around. It's some outdoors, indoors like this one. But again, as I always say, the important part is to be out there with friends, to keep some healthy lifestyle, be out there and play sports. It's good for your bones. It's good for your mind. So either if it's riding the bike on the trails or playing paddle or tennis or whatever you're doing outside, and sports is always great.
Is there a sport, Manu, that you aren't good at?
Well, soccer is not my thing. All racket sports, I kind of played a lot when I was young. So I think I'm okay. Soccer, I never really paid attention, and I guess if I compare myself with an American, I can be up there. But in Argentina, I'm terrible. So soccer is not my thing.
So are you still shooting hoops, playing ball?
No, not really. I practiced a little bit 3-4 months ago because we had an exhibition game with the national team. It was a fantastic situation in which we got together with the golden generation, that we call it. 20 years after the gold medal, and we played an exhibition game in front of 15,000 people, and so I tried to practice a little bit for that so as not to be embarrassed. But after that, I said, I've done that enough. If I want to do what I used to do on the court, I might get hurt. So I said, okay, I just gonna watch the NBA players, my kids in high school, and then just to practice other sports.
Manu Ginobili joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1, the San Antonio Sports Star. Your kids are in high school now.
That's crazy.
Because they
freshmen. They are 14.
The fact that they grew up, all of San Antonio feels like, you just said high school. I know, like, mine's now 26, and I can't believe she's 26. It's amazing how fast they grow up, but enjoying the high school life and being a dad, but obviously doing things to stay competitive.
Yeah, no doubt. Playing sports is my thing. I love it. I also like, as I said before, riding the bike, lifting. When you approach 40, 50, 60, you need to keep strong because, the body mass starts decreasing and you need to, stay strong. So, trying to stay healthy and living a good lifestyle, eating well and trying to sleep. Now that my NBA times are gone, it's easier to keep a routine and go to bed at the normal times and take the kids to school and all that. So I'm enjoying being a dad now.
Do you still stop by and see the kids? As far as I say kids, Spurs.
I call them kids
right,
too.
Exactly.
I call them kids too.
They are. Outside of Chris Paul, they are.
Still stop by and see them? Do you go by and watch and talk to those guys at all?
Yes. I was there this morning when they were practicing. I'm part of the organization in some way, and I always be. So whenever I have a chance, I stop by, I talk to them. The coaches and strength coaches and trainers and media guys.
Absolutely.
I know them for 25 years now, so they're family.
Manu, when you look at the Spurs, and you're so close to it, but this team, they should have 5-6 more wins than they do, being one game under 500 right now with second halves like last night. For you and your level of play, especially the Spurs teams who are a part of winning championships, I know it's got to be a little frustrating, but what kind of advice can you give to those players about learning how to close out in second halves?
I mean, you can give all the advice you want. It's just a process, and you got to mature. You got to be there. You're going to make those mistakes. And whenever we make the playoffs again, we're going to make silly mistakes, and we're going to be frustrated. But it is what it is. There's nothing that can accelerate time, and it's painful to watch, like early in the third quarter yesterday. But it takes time. We did it too, many times early on, and then we started to mature and understand. And those type of experience help you next time you're in the same situation to remember and not to want to make the same mistakes. So it sucks, but it's part of the process, and we're still a young team. And the fact that we have players like CP and Harrison will, help us make less mistakes, like, the fourth quarter against the Lakers, in which, they've been there, they've done that, and we rely on them. So it's part of the process, as I said, and being at 500 now, I think it's a good record. Sometimes you always feel like you could have won 4 or 5 more games, but I think we're in a good spot, and we are showing great development. We are thrilled with Steph, with Steph Castle is doing on the court. Of course, Victor and Devin being healthy again. So I think we're in a great situation.
I remember when you showed up and the way you played ball, people used to say, man, we've never seen anything like it, the way Manu Ginobili plays. Did you ever think we'd see anything like what Victor Wembanyama is and the things that he can do at his size?
The NBA is amazing. Whenever you think you've seen it all, there's something else. I remember when Blake Griffin came to the league, that he was doing things that we never seen. When LeBron came, when Durant came, and then you see somebody like Victor, or you see Ja Morant doing what he's doing. It's so much talent, and so many kids want to play in the NBA, and they work their butts off to make it. And we are able to see things like that. So watching Victor play and grow and develop is such a privilege, and it's so much fun. So we are thrilled to have him.
Kind of like what we used to say about you. Every night, Manu Ginobili was going to do something on the court that gives us that wow moment.
He's doing many things. He's doing many things. I used to do 1 or 2, but he is doing a lot of things.
Well, and just with your basketball eyes, how much better is he now than when he first got here, or even at the beginning of this year? Because, I can see it, Joe can see it. You see things differently on a basketball court. I mean, and then the growth that you think he can still develop into.
He was 19. Mm-hmm. He's a 19-year-old kid last year. And he was already amazing, scoring 21 and 11 in the NBA. Are you kidding me? So we're going to see growth, even if he doesn't even go to the gym. Because, you grow up and you mature and you get bigger and you start understanding and you see patterns, mistakes that you made or things that went well, and he's going to grow regardless of what we do. So it's a thrill and again a privilege to have him and to see him develop, and it's so exciting. I mean, every year we're going to start seeing more and more. So he's a 20-year-old kid. 21. I think.
21 now, right? Yeah.
So it's awesome. He's remarkable.
He is incredible. Hey, Tony's going to follow him to Paris. You ever going to get him to Argentina?
It's going to be very hard. He's a big star, and it's a great opportunity for him, for the organization to go to Paris and play a couple games there and see what he's becoming, and at the same time keep growing our sport. Still room to keep growing, and with his presence and his stardom, France is going to be a huge asset for the NBA, and all the other French kids that are in the NBA and the ones that are coming soon. Amazing talent over there.
Manu, when you think about Wemby, like you, it seems like athletically he could do all kinds of things. Could you take him in paddleball?
Yes. I'm super confident. I'm not going to hit a lot of lobs, But I think I can take him. Probably the only thing, because I see that in chess he's pretty good too. So I'm not confident on that. With any racket sport, I feel like I take it.
Can you take Timmy in this?
Oh, definitely. I've seen TV. I've seen TV, so I can take him also.
Hey, it's a pleasure watching you perform again.
Absolutely.
Very nice to see you
Thank
guys.
you, man.
All right, all the best.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Manu.
More coming up here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Rise and on! South Texas, home of the College Football Playoff National Championship, is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. After 10 games that started back on December 20th, only one is left. Number 7 Notre Dame versus the highly favored number 8 seed Ohio State. The College Football Playoff National Championship, Monday at 5:30. Brought to you by Ewald Kubota, The Break Room Bar, and Smoky Mo's Barbecue on South Texas' first FM sports station, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SA Card House is San Antonio's premier card house located at 281 in Bitters. They've got tournaments going every single day and cash games going 24/7. You can't beat the vibes, you can't beat the food, and you can't beat the money you can make out at SA Card House. I'll see you on the tables. Make it your New Year's resolution to drink better beer. Hopadillo, Love Street, Crawford Bach. There's something for everyone in Carbock's lineup. They're all over the city. You can get it in H-E-B and all your liquor stores, but at the bars and restaurants, always make sure to ask for a Carbock.
That was so cool with Manu Ginobili. I almost forgot to tell you, man, if you're having any issues at the house with your plumbing, your AC, your heater, there's one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899. Especially with the cold weather coming. If your heater is going out, boy, call Quartermoon in a hurry. But if you deal with any kind of frozen pipes, Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. 210-651-5899 is the phone number. 651-5899 or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson, and I've represented folks here in San Antonio injured by negligent drivers for more than 30 years. If you or a family member has been seriously injured, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've heard from many of my clients that after they were involved in a collision, they would get phone calls asking them to hire an attorney. This is highly irregular and probably illegal. Any attorney that is trying to contact you either directly or through a marketing company is not the kind of attorney that you should trust with such a serious matter. Quite frankly, it's creepy. If you call me, we will speak directly. If you hire me, it will be after you and I have talked. I will explain what I can do for you, and you can decide what you would like me to do next. The phone call and the consultation are free. Getting a smart result requires that you make smart decisions along the way. And that's my job, to help you and your family make smart decisions. And that's based on more than 30 years of experience. If you've been injured in an accident, call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Sweetie, come here. Don't worry. I see a lot of patients with the exact same thing.
Ever since the ice skating rink went in next door?
Or is it more than
Dr. Clark's business is heating up.
So many patients need my help. How will I find time to see all of them?
They need to hire a scheduler, stat.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get our fastest connection loaded with benefits. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay and any voice line. Plus, Price Lock. We won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Guarantees regular monthly rate plan price of fixed wireless 5G internet data with qualifying service. After $15 bill credit with postpaid voice line plus $5 a month without auto pay with debit or bank account. Regulatory fees included for qualifying accounts. $35 connection charge applies. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. That was cool. We're live down here at the King of Paddle. Manu Ginobili has been playing paddleball all day.
Yeah, about 3 hours or so he was playing.
Yeah, that was a long match. Apparently it's like tennis with the scoring, and it was intense. And watching that guy compete, and we had talked to him earlier, and we didn't know if he was going to jump on with us or not. And, don't say that I'm here, but then for him to come over on his, to hang out and do that, we certainly appreciate.
Absolutely, yes.
Very impromptu a visit with Spurs royalty for sure. We're a little late. Apologize to the great John McClain for the delay, but John, I'm certain that you understand that, right? I mean, Manu Ginobili stops by here putting microphones on them for sure. That was a lot of fun. John McClain, a lot of people listening to this show are ready for you to come on here and eat crow after the Texans upset the Chargers last week. There's been a lot of people wanting to confirm that you were going to be on this week.
Yeah, I'm sure they all picked the Texans to win the game. I picked the Texans to lose by 27-20, and I saw no reason to think that they would play the kind of game they played. They had a slow start on offense, 5 possessions with 3 punts and 2 turnovers until C.J. Stroud made that miraculous 34-yard completion to Xavier Hutchinson after the fumble, and that just invigorated the offense like I've never seen, and they won by 20. The Chargers were favored by 3. Last year, Cleveland was favored by 2. The Texans beat them 45-14. This one 32-12. And their reward is to get to go to the top-seeded team in the AFC on the road. That would be the Chiefs.
That would be the Chiefs, John. And I tell you what, I got to give credit to that defense because Justin Herbert couldn't do anything. And there were a lot of times that he looked confused. Obviously, the 4 interceptions, you can say a couple maybe weren't his fault. Some were, whatever. Doesn't matter. He looked confused. I thought the defense was spectacular.
The defense was spectacular. There have been several games this season in which the defense has been spectacular, and they all have one thing in common. All were at NRG Stadium. They have not had a spectacular defensive performance against a great quarterback on the road. This would be the time to do it, of course. But Herbert, 2 of those interceptions were thrown perfectly to his tight end, I believe, and 2 were his fault. But he had 3 during the season. And another interesting stat, Herbert's one of the best runners in the NFL, and he's their second leading rusher. He didn't even try to run. He was kept bottled up, and maybe confusion had something to do with it. Jim Harbaugh said, I can't remember if it was after the game or the next day, that's the best pass rush he's seen, and predominantly with 4 rushers. And so they'll try to shut down the Chiefs' run. They gave up 124 yards rushing on December 21st when they lost at Arrowhead 27-19. And Patrick Mahomes had 33 of those and a touchdown. And so they've got to be very careful, as every defense does. Mahomes makes more plays off schedule than any quarterback. And that means he's not looking to run like Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. He's always got his eyes downfield. And as you guys know, at the last instant, he'll throw it right-handed, left-handed, behind the back, between his legs. You know, he'll be making Manu Ginobili type passes.
Yes,
and there's not much you can do about that. Because if he doesn't know what he's going to do beforehand, how are you know?
That's a great point. John McClain, HoustonTexans.com here on the Blitz. Kind of going back to the Chargers game for a moment. One of the reasons I picked the Chargers is, man, I really like Justin Herbert, but he's like playoff Prescott. I mean, he just in the postseason doesn't get it done. I blamed the coaching in the past. With Harbaugh, I thought that would be the difference maker, but Herbert looks so bad. At what point do we have to start wondering, kind of like the criticism Dak gets, do you start looking at Justin Herbert in that light? Great regular season guy with no postseason success.
Well, he's had 2 games to do it. And I think it's kind of unfair. Everybody's blasting him for 4 interceptions when 2 of his passes were thrown perfectly and receivers dropped them. One of the things the Texans did, so much of the Chargers offense is predicated on the running game, and the Texans totally shut down their running game. And the fact that Herbert didn't run hurt the running game. So you got him in a lot of passing situations. They pressured him 52% of the time. 3 players, that would be Will Anderson Jr., Danico Autry, and Danielle Hunter, combined for 17 pressures by themselves. They had 4 sacks overall. But it was a great defensive performance. Derek Stingley Jr., 2 interceptions. Kamari Lasser had 1. Backup safety Eric Murray's been pressed into starting duty because of the injuries to Jalen Petrie and Jimmy Ward. He had a pick 6 and led them in tackles. So if the defense could play in Kansas City the way that it played here, they would have a chance. But let me point out some stats here. Since Patrick Mahomes became the starting quarterback in 2018, they've been in the AFC Championship game every year. So they're 6-0 in the divisional round. And here are his stats. He's 6-0. He has 1,813 yards. Completion percentage is 70.4%, 16 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a 115.8 rating. And every game has been played in cold or terrible weather. That, to me, is astonishing.
Well, there's no question about it. It is astonishing, and there's something about Kansas City, John. And tell me if you see the same thing. It's almost like the regular season, and obviously they had a hell of a regular season record, but they didn't beat anybody badly, right? I mean, it was just all right there, games right down to the wire. But this team seems to have a tendency to flip a switch once it's postseason time, and they almost become even better than they were in the regular season.
They won 11 one-score games out of their 15 victories, including the victory over the Texans at Arrowhead Stadium. But there's something about the playoffs, as you mentioned, Joe, just flipping the switch. Now, the Texans got to get their hand on that switch and kind of try to keep them from flipping it. And you say, well, the Texans can't commit turnovers. Well, they committed 3 against the Chargers, and they won. And you say they need to get a big lead and take out the crowd. Yeah, that's what they did in the 2019 playoffs when they led 24-0 in the second quarter and got beat 51-31. And so Kansas City has been in so many predicaments, and they have so much confidence about working their way out of those predicaments, and it all starts with Patrick Mahomes. Yes, they have a great defensive coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo. They have some great defensive players, starting with defensive tackle Chris Jones. But, man, oh, man, it's all about Mahomes. He doesn't have great receivers. In their victory on December 21st, the top 5 receivers for the Chiefs, none of them averaged more than 9.3 yards a catch. And yet the Texans still got beat. One of the reasons was the running backs had 5 catches for 74 yards, and Mahomes hurt them with runs.
John McClain, HoustonTexans.com here on the Blitz. So many different weird storylines in this matchup, like apparently the ref, the Chiefs are undefeated when he's in the game. Cold weather, the fact that the Texans are an indoor team, will that factor in? I'm more concerned about it's been about 3 weeks since most of the Chiefs stars have played. Do you think they'll just with that layoff come out and just immediately find a rhythm, or do you think it will take Kansas City a couple of drives to find that rhythm? And if that's the case, can the Texans jump out to an early lead and play from ahead?
Well, if the Texans jump to an early lead and play from ahead like they did in 2019, I don't think it would make a difference because the Chiefs are so good. Yes, they could come out flat, but they've been in this situation so many times. And I think that the only way the Texans are going to beat them, and I'm writing a column right now for HoustonTexans.com about what the Texans have to do to pull off the upset. And it starts with C.J. Stroud has to play great, and he has to do it for the entire game. He can't do it like last week when they had those first 5 possessions and didn't do squat. He can't turn it over. And then the defense has got to contain Mahomes when he's making plays off schedule. I don't know if that's possible. He hadn't thrown an interception in his last 6 games. He's only had one of the last 8 in which he did throw an interception. And he started the season off with an interception in every game. And so he is, it's like he's getting ready for the playoffs. Don't throw to the other team. Texans are relatively healthy. Their front 7 is in really good physical condition. So are the corners, 1 safety. You know, can you imagine if the Texans won this game? First of all, the networks would be devastated. They want to see Kansas City against Baltimore or Buffalo, and they don't want to see the Texans in the AFC Championship game. But if the Texans could shock the world, it would be the first time Houston has had a team in the AFC Championship game since the 1979 Oilers 45 seasons ago.
Wow, that's incredible. Speaking of Buffalo and Baltimore, John, I've got to ask you this question. As Jason and I have been talking about this, and when you look at Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, I almost feel bad. Whoever loses that game is going to have to deal with the guy can't win the big game. Lamar Jackson already does that a little bit. Josh Allen to some extent. And I know it's not fair, but it's the way we judge people. It's unfortunate, don't you think?
I hate that because they're both great quarterbacks. Lamar is going to be MVP because the guys that voted on the All-Pro team, the 50-man panel, they voted Lamar Jackson first team All-Pro and Josh Allen second. So how could they make Josh Allen the MVP? But this is a chance for Josh Allen to flex his muscles. And I picked Baltimore before the season. I'm sticking with the Ravens. They've been almost invincible with that running game. And their defense has made just amazing improvement since early in the year. So I'm sticking with Baltimore and Kansas City. Last year played in Baltimore, Chiefs won. This year, maybe Baltimore go to Kansas City and return the favor. And as long as Detroit, I really love to see, and I think I've talked about this before, Detroit and Buffalo, so 2 of the oldest, most loyal, frustrated fan bases. One of them would win the Super Bowl. I don't know if Buffalo could take the 5th Super Bowl loss. The game I would really like to see in the AFC South is upset in Kansas City, Buffalo, Houston plays the Bills, and I could write about the biggest playoff choke in history.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah, that would it. But based on everything you just said, you're not expecting the Houston Texans to shock the world on Saturday afternoon.
I'm certainly not. It's one thing to do it in the friendly confines of NRG Stadium, but boy, going on the road right now, the high is supposed to be 27, partly sunny, 10% chance of snow, but after about halftime, it's going to start getting dark. And then that temperature is going to plummet, and the low is in the teens, but it's a lot better than when Miami played last year, and the high was -4.
Well, that's true. But, Texan fans say, but, C.J. Stroud went to Ohio State. He's played in cold weather before.
Yeah, he has played in cold weather, but not like that.
Well, that's it. And when you're a team that plays indoors and built for that, it does affect you, whether you're used to it or not, or have done it before or not. John, always appreciate it, my friend. Again, apologize for tardiness, but We'll talk to you next week about that AFC Championship game.
Guys, thank you very much. I do appreciate it, and I think the Cowboys should hire Kellen more. Thank you.
A little mic drop on his way. We'll talk about that coming up. Make sure you follow John on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. Read him at HoustonTexans.com. John and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
Going to be an interesting weekend. I can't wait. I love NFL playoff football, man.
We all do. And you think about the games this weekend, you want to have a little bit more fun watching the games, the 2 on Saturday, the 2 on Sunday. Spurs play tomorrow night too. The Monday night national championship game. Take all the leagues, all the teams, all your favorite players, and you can play the pick'em game. Watch the games and try to win money while you're doing it. Do like me and over 5 million other happy players that have won over $2 billion playing at Underdog Fantasy, especially the pick'em game, which I love playing. All you have to do is pick higher or lower on projected stats: points, rebounds, assists with Wemby, blocks, passing yards, rushing yards, interceptions, you name it. You can figure out your own entry and create your own experience. You can even mix and match sports from NFL and NBA, have it going with NFL and into the college football on Monday, however you want to do it. And Underdog is the only pick'em platform that puts the power to cash out in your hands. Keep riding with your entry or tap the Win Now button to cash out whenever you want. They even have Underdog's double flex option. You could take 2 L's and still turn them into a W. It is a lot of fun to play. Underdog is the best place to play pick'em. Download the Underdog app, sign up with my promo code STAR, deposit now, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Again, promo code STAR. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, use promo code STAR when you sign up at Underdog Fantasy.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle. Let's do it again. We're going to play the Grizzlies. They're 0-1 in the last one. Let's see if they can take Ja down.
And it's a football Friday. We got 4 big NFL playoff games to discuss. We'll dig into them deep. It's the Morning Huddle. Be here at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Colorectal cancer is the leading cancer killer in men under 50 and the second leading cause of cancer death for women under 50. The American College of Radiology urges you to get screened starting at age 45. Now, Medicare and insurance companies are required to cover not only colonoscopy, but less invasive exams like virtual colonoscopy. Talk to your doctor about your options. For more information on virtual colonoscopy, visit radiologyinfo.org/virtual CT.
Furnished by American College of Radiology.
My wife and I always loved doing everything together. Jiu-jitsu, kayaking, and intimacy was always on point. It was around my early 30s when I noticed a downward trend. Watching a lot of TV, putting on weight, and just full of self-doubt. I had tried another men's clinic with disappointing results. It's the personalized treatment I receive at Revive Men's Health that has been the complete game changer for me. I've got my energy and motivation back. I'm feeling stronger than I did in my 20s, and it made me a much better husband to my wife.
I'm Nicole Chrysler, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. If you are always feeling tired or moody, have a difficult time sleeping, or decreased libido, you may be suffering from low testosterone.
Book your free T-check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health San Antonio at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card.
One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Now at North Park Chevrolet, buy a new 2024 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab, posted at $34,999. Lease for $370 a month with 0 down. Get 3.9% financing for 75 months on new 2025 Silverado Crew Cab Texas editions. And save $10,000 off MSRP on new 2025 Silverado heavy duty trucks. Together, let's drive at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Must qualify for financing offers. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Well, family, this new year is off to a great start. Everybody, how are those New Year's resolutions?
Dear, my resolution is to cut my damaged hair and just start over.
Dad, my resolution is to take better care of my skin. It's so dry. Ew.
Pops, my New Year's resolution is to work out at the gym. Go up and drink a gallon of bottled water every day.
My resolution is to take up skydiving.
Mom, you're 96.
Don't you make me get it.
Family, my resolution is to replace all our appliances that have been destroyed over the years by hard water.
Sounds like your family needs to start the new year off with installing a Connecticut water system and get a head start on all those resolutions.
This guy's making sense.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. Offer ends soon. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Connecticut. SA.com.
At Roundtable Pizza, our signature ingredients like made-from-scratch dough, our 3-cheese blend, and toppings all the way to the edge create your perfect pizza. Try our new pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza, available for a limited time. You can enjoy a large for only $19.99 at participating locations. Plus, pair your pizza with our irresistible shareables. To find your nearest location or to order for pickup or delivery, head to roundtablepizza.com. That's roundtablepizza.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jay Synergenics. We are live at the King of Paddle downtown off of Nolan Street. They've got a huge paddleball tournament coming up this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. They got pickleball, they've got paddleball, they got a bar. This is a cool place.
And it's been a fun day, my friend, with Manu Ginobili stopping by just unexpectedly after he finished about a 3-hour match. It was great to hear from Manu Ginobili. I tell you what, love that guy. I know you do as well, and all of San Antonio does also.
A favorite Spur.
No doubt.
And what I find interesting, like we talked to Manu when he was here, but, we weren't going to say that he was here.
Out of respect for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, and honestly, we weren't expecting the interview.
No.
But, I think he's used to it. Win a match and then go do media. And so it kind of gave him that because dude is such a competitor.
Yes.
But I will say, I don't know how to keep score in this, and you can only watch body language. I thought they lost.
I did too.
There's a kid here, and I say kid, I don't know how old he is, but he doesn't look
high school. Maybe.
But this kid is good. And what'd you say?
He was drinking a beer.
Oh, he's drinking a beer.
So I guess he's at least 21, or
at least, yes.
He doesn't look it,
but he's out there playing again. Manu, he went home. He's got a rest now. But man, just watching Manu compete is incredible, especially in something you're not used to. And to give you an idea of what it was like watching Manu compete, grumpy ass Greg Shelton, who doesn't give a damn about celebrities or anybody else for the most part, he really doesn't, kept getting up to go watch Manu play.
It was hard not to.
It was. I credit you, Joe. I'll give myself some credit that we maintained and did a show while watching that, because he was putting on a show. And basically what we were watching is what this tournament can be like. Now, they've got all different skill levels, but these advanced games that they call, and Manu plays at that level. Now, I don't know if he's playing this weekend or not, but just watching what those guys were doing, playing paddleball. Just watching these guys that are playing now, and that's that coach. Manu's not playing anymore, but still watching them play paddleball, this is entertaining.
It's extremely entertaining, and they're so good. And that's what it is. And what was fortunate, back to Manu for a minute, I mean, the court that he was playing on is right in front of us.
Yeah.
I mean, we're maybe, 20 yards, 25 yards away. I mean, it's right there. And it was just so much fun watching that guy compete. He's such a competitor still. And the guy's in such great shape. I mean, honestly, it looks like he could step on the floor in a Spurs uniform today and be the same Manu Ginobili, although he said now that those days are over and he's not doing it anymore. But certainly staying in shape and eating right, and he hadn't let himself go, put it that way.
Yeah, no, and you wouldn't expect that. Now, what he said about the Spurs, I think is just spot on. And granted, he still does a lot with that organization, and he looks at things differently than we fans do. But hearing him talk about how much a game like last night sucks, his word, frustrated, his word. I'm glad to hear we didn't get coach speak type things, but we got a little of that. It's about the process and maturity. And, he said they made those mistakes too. And maybe they did, but by the time he joined the team with Timmy, they had won a title, and, they were so much further along than this group is right now. But hearing his excitement level for a Castle, and obviously Vic, Devin, if you missed any of it earlier, it will be at the Audio Vault powered by AA Best Bail Bonds at sasportstar.com fairly soon. I'm sure Pledge will turn around the video as well. That was just very, very cool.
It was great. It's always great talking to him and just catching up with him, seeing what he's up to, and all those kind of things. What blew me away is his kids are in high school, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Boy, you talk about father time being undefeated. I mean, time just flies. And I remember those kids when they were born. They were little kids running around the Spurs locker room, and my goodness, they're in high school now. That is just incredible to me. It's always great catching up with Manu Ginobili, one of the nicest guys on the planet. It was just fun to see him out here, fun to see him competing again.
And, well, yeah, fun for us to get to watch. I'm guessing that guy competes like that daily just without an audience.
Yeah.
And one of the funny stories is Manu had paddleball. There were 2 paddleball courts at his basketball gym when he was growing up in Argentina. So he's been playing all his life. Well, one of the guys that works here, their director of operations, is from Spain. And Manu, I guess, like everything else, you see a new place, you go check it out, just showed up, and that guy's playing with him and had no idea who Manu Ginobili was. And he's like, and then somebody said, hey, can I get a picture? Or they were taking pictures while they were playing, and he didn't know why. And they finished the game or match or whatever the hell you call it. And then he finds out who he was, and he was like, man, so you're like Paul Gasol.
Yeah.
Because he's,
yeah.
I mean, and, so randomly, you just never know.
Yeah, you never know. And what I love about this, now look, the coach out here that teaches paddleball, who's the main one, is also from Argentina. So I don't know if there's a connection there, if they knew each other prior to this place opening. But everybody was so respectful.
Yep.
Obviously it's Manu Ginobili, and everybody that walks in here knows that. But everybody respectful, let him do his thing, and there's no rush to get a picture, no rush to get an autograph or anything like that. And I love that. So great place. If you're into pickleball at all or been thinking about it, or you want to try paddleball, man, this is a place to come. It's easy to get here. There's no trouble parking, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's a great atmosphere. So you got to try this place. Make plans to try this place out. You owe it to yourself.
They have food. They have a bar. They've got TVs all over. So, like, for the big tournament this weekend, and you're like, oh, man, but the game is on. They're going to have the game on here. This place is spectacular.
It really is.
And as a guy that I've played pickleball, I'm not a pickleball player. I've been to some places. This is by far the nicest pickleball place outside of, like the one over there by UTSA, right? I mean, you know, when you look at some of the other ones around town, this place has everything. This is designed more for the sport as opposed to the social aspect, like I think the other is. This place is incredible. I will be back here to play.
No doubt.
And Ryan Eagle's going to come play too. He sucked today, but you know, you're competitive. And I kicked your ass today, and I know you're going to go practice so we can get a rematch.
I don't have to practice. I can tell you
please.
that. I don't have to practice.
Oh,
it
please.
was my first time I ever picked up a paddle. Minix is out with his wife every Sunday.
That's
Come on,
not
I mean,
true.
you know.
I might have played 5 times in my life, but that's 5 more than you. But it's fun.
It's a blast.
This is something I want to do. I haven't done it yet, but I want to. I want to play pickleball more often because athletically you can drink beer and not run a lot. That's perfect for me.
It is perfect. And I tell you what, I want to get back into this paddleball thing too. I enjoy playing that. Now I need to get back in a little bit better shape.
You should never play paddleball again.
No, I'm going to, because you and I were just one-on-one out there.
Yeah.
Right, running around. You play paddleball with a partner.
Yeah.
Right, so it's doubles, and there's not quite as much running around.
Did you watch those guys?
Well, I'm not going to be playing against Manu and his friends. All right, so I promise you, it's going to be guys like you.
All right.
So
guys like me are playing pickleball.
Joe, you lost to a guy that hasn't walked all year.
I know it. He's still got that streak going, doesn't he?
I do.
Yeah.
Day 16.
Good for you.
You know, some people are doing dry January. I'm not walking I'm not walking when it's below 50 degrees outside.
Well, that one I can join you on. I'm not walking.
No, see, I enjoy like a mile a day is good. Even this morning, my wife was like, you know, I don't know why I got up before the alarm, which never happens. I had to pee, but she was like, "Well, you're up. You should just go for a walk."
Yeah, you should have.
No, man, I crawled back into bed.
Dude, you should have gone. You'd have felt so much better about yourself.
Not really. Not really. I'd have been cold. You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
It is time for What's on Tap, brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. Go to samsburgerjoint.com to see their entire lineup, get your tickets and their menu. They've got the Powell Brothers out there tonight. Tomorrow, a Depeche Mode tribute band called Devotional. Saturday night, and I'll tell you, if there was a better football game, I might skip this, but knowing what the game is, I'm going to Sam's Burger Joint on Saturday night because Bruce Robinson is playing. And I have not seen Bruce in concert in a long time. I haven't seen him since his brother Charlie passed away. But Bruce is one of the best singer-songwriters out there. That is going to be a hell of a show. Bruce Robinson, Saturday night out at Sam's Burger Joint. Sunday, Low Gap on Wednesday. Plan ahead. Los number 3 dinners are going to be on the stage there at Sam's Burger Joint. Again, samsburgerjoint.com.
You want to head out to Green Hall tonight, you can see Chad Miller and the Good Fortune. They're performing out there. Majestic Theater's Charlie Wilson and LOL Comedy Club. Clifton Simmons will put a smile on your face.
Friday at the Stable Hall at the Pearl, Eclipse will be out there, the tribute to Journey. Spurs and Grizzlies at the Frostbank Center. Dale Watson is at Floors Country Store. Stoney LaRue is out at Green Hall. All kinds of things happening at the Majestic Theater that Google it if you're interested. There's a whole lot of writing there I'm not going to read.
Hey, Stoney LaRue's going to make it a Saturday night as well at a Green Hall. If you miss him on Friday, you can head out on Saturday. Gimme Disco at Stable Hall at the Pearl. That should be a lot of fun. The School of Rock, Charlene McComb's Empire Theater, both Friday and Saturday. Now, I think it's that school that is the School of Rock and their kids perform.
Yeah, that's what School of Rock is.
So that's what they're going to do. So that ought to be a lot of fun. And John Wolfe is at Floors Country Store on Saturday night.
Yeah, and Paper Tiger has Y'all Out Boy.
And Passing Strangers at Picks.
Oh, somebody tell A.J. Hoffman.
Woo!
Yeah, you know where A.J. is going to be on Saturday night. Stable Hall at the Pearl on Sunday has the Panhandlers. The School of Rock deal still going on at the McComb's Empire Theater. The Moody Center has Hot Wheels monster trucks, live glow and fire. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what any of that means. Gabriel Iglesias at LOL Comedy Club.
Monday, the place to be is at the Rue Pub. National Championship Watch Party. And, of course, the Blitz will be there broadcasting live from 2 to 6.
Absolutely. What's on Tap brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online at samsburgerjoint.com. Don't forget, tomorrow the Blitz will be live out at Round Table Pizza, 281 and Stone Oak. We'll see you out there from 2 to 6. The Morning Huddle gets going tomorrow morning at 6. Extra Innings with Pledge is next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Writing 1604 with the Blitz.